Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Green here with No More News. Thank you all for joining me today. Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Gonna start off today with the film review, the expose on the Hasidic ultra-Orthodox communities in New Jersey. A new 73-minute documentary by this guy, Tyler Oliveira. He's one of these man on the street, record everything, go up to people. And he just made a lot of news a couple weeks ago doing one of these in a Jewish community. And I think they attacked him a lot, so he went back and did it again. And because of this, he just got his Patreon banned. Going into Jewish communities, asking questions, and they shut it down, his Patreon. He has millions of followers on YouTube also. He probably, 50,000 likes. Yeah, my Patreon was banned actually the same exact minute as Al Bashai back in 2019 or 2020. They took down my Patreon, my main source of income, like they've done several times, by the way. Yeah, just asking questions and doing a little independent journalism is anti-Semitic. Can't be on Patreon. But he was probably making so much on Patreon that they just cut out. But when I get banned, nobody says anything. When he gets banned, it's 50,000 likes. Yeah, like Henrik says here. Welcome to the club. No Patreon, no PayPal, no Stripe, no Coinbase, no payment processor since 2018, 2019, even crypto platforms. For being pro-white media outlet that questions Zionism and organized Jewry. That's right. That is right. So we're going to watch this video and see what all the outrage was about. Elmo is outraged. Elmo's outraged. And then we got some other stuff too. Some other random clips. And what I really want to get into is, I want to watch some of this Dinesh D'Souza with Roger Stone talking about some of these topics. Seem interesting. All right. So here it is. Let's see. Hold on. Almost 1 million views already. He has almost 9 million subscribers. It's almost got 1 million views. It came out 2 days ago. And 100,000 thumbs up. Let's see. Let's watch it on this one, though. 20,000 likes, 190,000 views on Twitter. Okay. Let's check it. Let's see it. Oh, we're going to get the Powerchat turned on, too. Powerchat.live/no-more-news. Link in the description below and in the live chat where we're streaming on Rumble and Odysee. Elmo Shlomo. La 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 la. Elmo song. Okay, let's go.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place.
You're not welcome in the world to come, Goy.
You don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move out.
Tyler, it seems like you discovered that anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
So Pat obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Holy lisp.
That would be my question.
I got like
Public safety, yeah.
I would say 150 calls about you already.
What are they calling about?
People try to live a quiet life.
They're like, oy vey, call the police.
You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked
That Goyam YouTube is back.
you to come back. It'll be a trespassing charge.
You say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism.
The Jewish community is extremely racist.
You have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist.
Elon Musk has 12 kids.
Semite supremacist? I believe the term is Jewish supremacist. This is a fire intro.
Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays.
There's Doomer Nat.
You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
I'm arguing at the government's end.
That's our money. I pay taxes.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
Sir.
Call the cops on you?
We may be in a corrupt hellhole.
Dude, why did I...
We got a call. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so.
This is Lakewood, New Jersey, home to one of the...
Oh my God, Lakewood. And Lucas Gage lives near Lakewood. Hey, Lucas, should we go do some interviews, some man on the street interviews in Lakewood?
and fastest
we could dress up like rabbis.
Communities in America, having anywhere from 6 to
Oh,
10
oy vey, we want to convert.
causing the community's rapid growth to spill into the neighboring towns of Jackson, Toms River, Brick, and Howell, causing non-Jewish residents to fear that their town will soon be turned into Little Jerusalem, just like Lakewood.
The tactics within this community, I would liken it to organized crime.
You You're the vice chairman of the Israel Advisory Committee.
Dude, this guy's serious.
How did you get a relationship with the White House? Who in the White House?
I think I don't want to say.
Who are we messing with here right now, Chris? Is this video a mistake, man?
I'm going to be honest. The powers out here are pretty immense.
It's not about Jackson. Jackson is a test case. If it isn't squashed,
He sneaks into a synagogue and they go nuts talking about Moshiach? Really?
soon is going to take.
He does have balls. This guy's known for having balls, right? And going into crazy places. Isn't he the one that went into India? And it's funny because, you know, the guy that goes to the Somali community and does this type of videos and journalism, you know, he's hailed by all of MAGA and conservatives as some hero. But then when somebody does the same thing in a Jewish community, it's oy vey, shut it down, give me your Patreon.
Country.
It's already a problem in all the surrounding towns. You have billionaires from Lakewood being involved, people connected to the President of the United States.
In New Jersey,
he did the India Poop Festival.
Two-state solution.
No, there's clearly not. I think it's going to be a fight.
I ride around Lakewood. There are near Lakewood, outside of Lakewood, and all these towns around Lakewood, there are housing developments. Well, Goyim live there. There are no Yidden there yet, but all these housing developments, someone who they could turn it around. We saw what happened to.
There's Professor Sledge. There's Professor Sledge.
In Lakewood itself. There are a lot of other opportunities if people want to take that jump and become a shtickle pioneer.
As the Orthodox Jewish community consolidated political power in Lakewood, taking majority control of the township committee, planning board, zoning board, and school board, financially depleting the public school system for non-Jewish kids, overwhelming local infrastructure, and turning a once quiet town into a densely populated, over-trafficked Jewish enclave prioritizing Jews over non-Jews. Before I investigate the Jewish takeover of Lakewood and of the nearby town of Jackson, I first want to visit the town where the blueprint was born.
They'll rewrite this story and be like, they put us in the ghettos. They forced us to take over these communities. It was our ghettos.
New York.
Someone like David Badner saw the opportunity a few years.
Like, they complain about being put in ghettos, but this is what they do voluntarily, according to their religion. Separate nation within a nations.
Years ago, he bought several 50 to 100 houses in Muncie. I believe that he single-handedly, in a certain way, turned around Muncie. These are opportunities that come up every once in a while, and someone has to step up to the plate.
Miller News, thanks for meeting up on such short notice, man.
Goy reporter.
Indians, no, we here. We outside.
When did you notice Muncie begin to form as a Hasidic Jewish enclave?
I would say 20 years ago, I saw the first start of it, and then every year, it just started to grow exponentially.
Hey!
Different.
It's me. How are you? Stop what?
They on Tyler. Yo, they on Tyler.
But
they're calling him out by name.
Happy to see me after I asked how they afford 7 to 10.
A month ago, 4.7 million views. Invaded by welfare-addicted Jews.
Jutsu sent $5 on Rumble. Remember, Tucker has no issue with these people.
That's what he said. Yeah, these are the good ones, according to Tucker. Hold on, let's escape this. This reminds me of the welfare-addicted. So, Awesome Jew here, retweeting Tyler getting his Patreon nuke, says, "You're against cancel culture, but the irony is wild." He posts a hit piece claiming Jews are addicted to welfare, then complains he cannot beg for cash online. Time to get a real job, Tyler. 1,000 likes. Yeah, as if scamming and scheming welfare, taking advantage of welfare systems is the same as people voluntarily donating to your Patreon because they want to contribute to your work. Totally the same thing. But look at this ratio. Tyler says, yes, selling paywalled videos and DLC content I don't upload on YouTube is definitely a one-to-one comparison of using American tax dollars to support your 10 kids. I kept the focus on demographic shift, political power consolidation, and Goyim schools getting shut down. You want a fraud documentary? You don't want the smoke. 24,000 likes. Come on, dude. Trying to act like scamming welfare is the same as a Patreon account. Please.
You're not welcome here.
Oh, that's not the one we're watching. This is it.
And kids on a single income, and if they were on welfare in Curious Joel. How many kids do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids?
They are proud to do what the Torah says, that you need to be multiple and fruitful.
How do you afford to study the Torah, though?
God help me.
Does the American taxpayer help you, too?
Also, yes.
How do people afford to have such big families out here?
It's... I'm not gonna say anything.
Are you Tyler?
I'm Tyler.
Are you trying to do another anti-Semitism video?
How did I spread anti-Semitism? That's crazy you said that. Life circumstance, different culture. So this is their way of, like, listen, I know you're frustrated about what some of the things we focused on. Is that kind of what I'm getting at? Sure. So give me some examples of how things were misconstrued. Yeah, what did I get that was wrong?
So it's not necessarily misconstrued. Well, it is misconstrued. There's a lot of it that's, you'll cut a lot of it, cut out different words, make it sound a lot worse than it is. There's a lot of people here that are on welfare. A lot of people are in Section 8. A lot of people that are on a bunch of different WIC, food stamps, stuff like that.
Sure.
If you go to any low-income communities, you're going to see that. They're all going to be on the different welfares.
Okay, so they were on...
You guys are saying he's a Jew, too? I knew you'd say that. I don't think so. Oliveira, Tyler Oliveira doesn't sound very Jewish to me.
Welfare.
Yeah,
okay.
No bit of denying that.
Okay.
But again, it's the way you say it, it's the way you twist it, the way you...
How did I twist it?
Not twist it, again,
How did
twist it's the wrong
I'm
word.
just trying to understand where you're coming from.
Growing up in an extremely... Dude, go.
Yeah. I've never met a Jew named Tyler. Tyler Goldberg.
See, you say I misrepresent.
Tyler's like a Chad name.
Yeah, like, come on.
No Jews named Chad. No Jews.
Like I said, wherever you go, it's going to be the idiots. There's always going to be the assholes wherever you go.
I totally get it.
You talk about the community. It feels like you're trying to create a narrative that you did not find. You found people that are on welfare that have a lot of kids, but your headline did wrote welfare addicted Jews.
He's Portuguese, could be Sephardic. You're right, could be. Except Brian Tyler Cohen. Whoa, is that a real name? He's Italian? Okay, everybody's speculating.
What is your first?
Who cares, guys? He's
dependent.
What he is doesn't change what we see these Jews say.
Welfare reliant, welfare addicted. What's the difference?
Tyler Goldstein? Is that a real person?
Without it, they die. What is the difference?
It's addictive to bait click. That's an addiction.
That's an addiction.
Bait click.
Are you addicted to
You mean clickbait? Bait click.
being a victim or what?
No.
The Goyim were grateful someone was finally bringing up their town's issues.
Monserrat, I show you. They take all my money, these people.
You think they take the money?
They take all my money.
Bienvenidos a Monsiland, con mi amigo.
See, he's Mexican.
All right, see you, bro. How do you like living here as a non-Jew?
So-so. Well, I don't
What
like
do you mean by so-so?
Huh? Because they're ascetics.
Do they treat you as one of them? Like,
No,
are you guys
no.
on the same page?
No. They don't bother me because I don't deal with them.
Okay. Do you think there is large-scale welfare fraud out here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot. They get away with everything. They get the Section 8, they get everything, the free housing and,
Do you think most people work out here in the Hasidic community?
No.
No? How do they afford their bills?
I wish I knew. I would do the same thing, too.
Dude, the Goyim plow and do all the work, like Epstein's email said too. Let the Goyim deal with the real world. Jacob sits in the tent and studies Torah, while Esau is out the hunter and living by the sword and serving his brother.
What are your thoughts on the driving out here? I gotta ask.
Jutsu.
Jutsu sent $5 on Rumble.
Yeah.
He's doing more than the E-Crusaders. He is actually exposing Jewish supremacy and their own contradictions.
True. I wonder if he's Christian. Anybody know if he's Christian or not?
That's the most important question.
I don't want to talk about it.
The driving is crazy.
Okay.
You got a stop sign over there, they don't even stop. They just pass. That's why so much traffic and accidents, and it's crazy.
Torah. That's how we say it.
That video good?
That video was good because I've been in East Ramapo for a long time.
Shorty?
I also went to Spring Valley High School. I went to, I've been in the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was majority private school owners, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish. And they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail. And we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basic.
Dude, they're robbing the Goyim schools? No way. They would never. Queen.
Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions.
Nathan
like
Rothschild.
and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 black and brown public school students, while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music program away. I love playing an instrument. My brother would be crushed.
And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down and the majority Jewish
No way.
to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva for pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
What? Hold on. It gets worse? They're in control of the board. The board looks like a bar mitzvah. What is it? A minyan, where there's 10 Jews together. The school, they don't even go to their kids don't even go to the public schools, except it's all Jews on the board, so they can rob all the Goyim kids so they can get more funding. Are you kidding me? Wow. Dude, how have I not heard about this a million times?
That have been made by the board have not been in the best interest of the public school community.
You don't like it? Find yourself another place to live.
Whoa!
My education, it was decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources that we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years or so, people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we had no funding and money for our school. And, you know, that was done purposely.
And who was voting no?
Majority,
Just when you think you've seen it all, they go and cease to amaze you, you know? Just when you thought you heard it all. Just when you thought you couldn't hate them anymore. Wow.
You drive around here, you'll literally see signs saying vote no for a school budget, which I think is crazy. Luckily, we were able to get a ward system to be able to get 3 seats for the wards, but if it wasn't for that, we still would be majority white.
Just when you thought you seen it all.
Public school students that they don't care about. Yeah, and they purposely go out their way to isolate us. We're basically isolated to the point where we feel like this isn't our home.
A lot of people like to say they're ducking taxes and all that.
Dude, look at the underwear.
I could only tell you that I've only seen the bad part. The bad part is I've seen houses get broken down. I've seen certain spaces.
Vote no for Goyim education. Yeah, keep those Goyim dumbed down. Just give them the Bible. Give them the Bible and the Noahide laws. And then tell them that they don't need an education, nothing but the education day, 7 Noahide laws. You do all the work. We'll sit in our Section 8 homes and study Torah. Drip, cuh. What's he wearing around his neck, too?
Get destroyed for, let's just say, for more kosher customs. You feel me? So
I want to thank you for showing our community. I don't believe in hiding. I believe we have a tremendous amount to be proud of, and like every community, we're different. We have our goods. Other communities have their positives.
Tell me about what are some of the best things about this community then.
Tonight.
Boleslaw.
Did you notice what this lady said in the beginning? That Jackson is just a test drive, and if it is not stopped, they're going to take over the whole country.
I missed that one. Was that in the intro? We'll probably see it again.
At sundown.
Yeah, if they'll do this on the micro level, if they'll do Gaza, what will they do to Edom and all of Edom?
We shut our phones. We shut our cars.
Okay.
We go to shul. The most beautiful part of our religion, do you understand that Orthodox Jews can be anywhere? The sun is coming down, and it's the last opportunity to pray what's called mincha, which is afternoon services. They could be in the most important meetings, and they'll go pray. And they could care less about anything happening. The same things with Shabbos. We come home. Our families are waiting. We sing Shalom Aleichem. We welcome in the Shabbos. And you'll say back Aleichem Shalom, right?
Could they feed 10 kids
Yes.
without those programs?
I am one of 10 children.
You're driving a G-Wagon, bro.
My father was never on any welfare. I used to use sandwich bags to save my father a penny.
That's great for you.
You're not.
That is so Jewish. No, I'm just kidding. Wow. I used to pinch every penny when I was a boy. We were so poor, we'd go to the fountain and pull the coins out of the fountain for the Goyim wishes. I'm just joking, guys. Come on. Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
The anti-Semitic remarks.
I'm sorry. They're triggering me. This video is triggering me. It's so bad. I'm just trying to stay.
You're not welcome in a lot of other
trying to
places
cope.
in your video.
What about me, though?
I love you, man.
Ah!
You are funny.
You don't own this place. You don't own America. I can do whatever I want.
Whatever you
So
want.
Get in your G-Wagon. Get to work.
You're not trying to bring people together. You never
Tell
did,
him.
You never will. It's who you are. Somebody hurt you deeply, and I'm sorry.
He was right. Someone did hurt me. Whoever told my sponsors to pull out after making one video exploring a community of welfare-addicted Jews. If you want to...
We can't have our... so they shut it down with all his ads. Now they took after his Patreon high cortisol segment. It is.
Help me avoid ending up on welfare too, and get access to all of these videos early and watch
virtue signaling to blacks, totally.
Content I can't upload on YouTube. Go subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for $5 a month. Back to the video. After speaking to frustrated Goyim in Muncie, I headed to Lakewood, New Jersey, one of the fastest growing Orthodox.
This just shows that we are all Palestinians or proto-Palestinians. They will take your area and tell you to leave. Did you see video of that Israeli politician personally stealing a house? Ben-Gvir.
Yeah, the one that said, if the famous meme, of course I saw that. If I don't steal your house, somebody else will. If I don't steal all your taxes and your welfare, someone else will. If I don't steal all your education from your Goyim children, then somebody else will.
Jewish communities in America where a similar Jewish takeover has taken place, leading to the gutting of the public school system, all while turning a predominantly working-class Irish and Italian town into Little Jerusalem.
I'm trying to...
It's not gentrification, it's Jewtrification. Trademark Jewtrification. That's what's going on here. Local Goyim spokesman speaking out on the Jewish Jewtrification.
If there's any way that we can
Jewtopia.
be one community. Because as you can tell, it's two separate communities. Look around. You will not see a non-Jewish resident here.
We got the Yiddish bus.
This is really all Jewish stores.
Sure.
Now, that pizza place, it's going to be kosher pizza, probably.
A lot of these signs are written in Yiddish, and everything's insulated. Basically, you come here to this plaza, get everything you need. Quite convenient, quite nice.
Now, everyone can shop here. Of course, we could go in and they'll be friendly, but everything's geared towards one community.
And is it always this way? This part here, is this newly developed in the last...
Oh, yeah. So this used to be a concrete yard.
Got it.
So we're almost where we're standing. Used to have rows of concrete trucks.
Sure. It's bustling. Busy. Now, this place was packed with Jews buying groceries for Shabbos, but keep in mind, Goyim are fully allowed to come in here and shop whenever they please.
They're very friendly. I don't think anybody's going to be nasty to us. Is a lot of the fear bullshit warranted? Definitely not. Definitely not. But I do think they don't feel comfortable enough to do it.
But it's important to understand the bigger picture here. As kosher stores move in, more Jews move here too, creating a positive feedback loop where a town rapidly becomes a Jewish hub, ultimately changing the character and identity of a town, and in Lakewood's case, overwhelming the infrastructure. Before we explore the many implications of life for Goyim as towns like Lakewood become increasingly Jewish, I want you to understand how quickly the word anti-Semitism gets weaponized in real time out here.
Tyler, it seems like you discovered that anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
Why do you think anything that you don't like to see is anti-Semitism? What have I said that's anti-Semitic? Go.
When you talk about people accepting government money, and the overlay is a bunch of pictures of fraud, you're trying to twist it to make it look like we're doing fraud.
There were welfare programs that were defrauded by Jews. What did I say that was a lie?
There are
Go.
welfare programs that are defrauded by
Yes,
everybody.
and I made a Minneapolis video as well. I've made several videos. Why are you being so sensitive?
What you're trying to make it sound is like anyone who accepts government money in the Jewish community is doing fraud.
That's your interpretation.
What you're doing is dangerous.
How is this dangerous? Why should you be treated like a protected group? You're asking for special privileges.
No, we're not. We're asking just to be fair, and you're not being fair.
I am being fair.
This is going to make you a lot of money, and it's going to gin up a lot of hatred towards a community that's seeing a rise in anti-Semitism that hasn't been seen in years. Every single day, our lives are at risk, and this is going to lead to more.
My sponsor literally got pulled out of the video once they learned the topic of that video. I lost the sponsorship. How is that lucrative? Tell me. So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism. Listen, man, you got a kid in the car, I just noticed. Drive your kid home, get your groceries. You're You're getting honked at. Let's go. It was good to meet you, though.
So you're arguing with the United States because the president obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country?
Why don't you move back to Israel then if there's so much anti-Semitism, right? Like that guy said. Why doesn't he go to Israel?
We are giving back.
Listen, in theory, welfare is a good idea. It's sweet, right? At what point is it too far? Because this is a program designed to help single moms after they get divorced and keep the kid from starving.
I also disagree with you that someone doesn't have a right to have a child.
I think you should have a child if you can afford it, right?
Interrupt real quick.
Sure. Let's hear it.
Okay. You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not
Fair
to
enough.
come back.
Amazing.
If you come back, it'll be a
trespass or what?
trespassing charge. You're
Fair
trespassing.
enough.
If you don't like the laws of America and you think that the government welfare is stupid or whatever,
I would like to change the laws. Just like
Okay.
you would like to create anti-Semitism protection laws that give you guys protected classes and protection against anti-Semitism, whatever that means, right?
So
Why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question.
because I like it here.
Same here. I like it here, but I like to make some changes. We can both agree on that, right?
So please keep on moving.
God bless you. There we go. He loves us.
I know.
You guys have group chats of me. You guys say
All the non-Jewish people in the neighborhood love him.
hey, beware of this guy like I'm like Hitler or something. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm a nice guy. I talk to everyone.
Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays.
Because you're not a billionaire, dude. You can't. Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why won't the Goyim pay for my 12 kids? Great logic, dude. Ashkenazi IQ logic.
Your story point over here is that people can't have children if they can't afford them. You,
Yes.
as a society, are born from people who started with two people. Two, okay? Adam and Eve. That's it. You want to go with the Big Bang, but it started at some point. There was two people. And now there's billions. And there was trillions throughout the world. So you're saying if you can't have
What
kids...
does that have to do with anything?
Dude, this is the argument for why they could leech off of welfare to have us pay for their kids? No way. This is the mindset.
Have welfare. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Did
Welfare
they have a
is
government
we live
to
in a
pay
government.
for
We
their
live in a
kids?
government.
Adam and Eve, they always try to con the goy with Adam and Eve stories. Adam and Eve ate from the fruits. Now you got to worship the Jewish God, goy. Adam and Eve, we all came from Adam and Eve, so you pay for all my children. So I don't work and I raise 16 kids.
Decides that if you have children, we're going to help you. Now everyone does their part.
You should not have more kids than you can afford. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
Okay.
That's what you're arguing.
I'm not arguing that I was for the kids.
You are.
I'm arguing that the government said.
No, that's our money. I pay taxes. I shouldn't be funding your
And you
kids.
elected Donald
Should
Trump.
not be funding your kids. You don't pay for my kids. Fuck, I could do this all day. Why don't you go?
No, you should go because
You
people
should
are, you're stopping traffic.
should move.
Guys, let's go. Move on.
He's stopping traffic, not me.
Yeah, right. No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move out.
He was saying, Tyler, he loves me. So man. we're not That's allowed it. here?
Come. You want to come to the corner?
Where? Over there? Let's go move. Let's go.
You know, I know what you did in the video and we all saw it and we still see it, but it's like
What did I get wrong?
nobody can cross the government. The government knows everything. The United States federal government knows everything.
Not if you're fraudulently found.
No, it's not true. That if you feel that you live in a country that is corrupt,
I do.
Why are you still living here?
Well, not everyone has options, right?
I can give you a list of 15, 20 countries off the bat that you can live in.
Yeah,
You can-
regardless, let's
and you
say
can
America
fill
is
in
corrupt,
and
I
say
still
that
wanna
there's
live
no corruption. You understand?
Oh, but hold on. Just because there is corruption here, which there is.
There is no.
What are you talking about? Let's not be silly here.
If there would be corruption, the FBI would love to come here first than any other location in the world.
That would be anti-Semitic.
Well, I read the numbers in
We had,
Minnesota.
22 people indicted for
I read
Medicaid
the
fraud?
numbers in Minnesota. And listen, you can attack them as much as you want. What they did, that's big numbers, man.
Both of your schools had money laundering.
Yeah, leave your country if you don't like our corruption. If you don't want to be taxed to pay for their unlimited kids and pay for everything, leave your country. You elected Donald Trump, goy.
You had people, yes, both of them.
There's 45 schools here.
So BMG had people that were charged with money laundering, and so did the school for special
As of
abilities.
when? As of when?
2019, 2018, 2017. Look it up. It's all over Google.
I don't look it up. You got to show it to me.
Come
because
on.
95% of people in this vicinity between these 4 or 5 zip codes work very hard.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and dig in a place like here, Lakewood, where the same capital you're going to find and this small percentage.
You're making me want to dig now.
This video was effing brilliant. What vermin? I'll go Shiak.
Dude, it makes me want to go do something like this. I could do this. I go out on the streets and talk to strangers with a microphone. What kind of camera setup? He's got the DJI mic. He's got, looks like, what are these called? Who knows what this is called? Insta 360?
Making me want to look.
You're already digging, man. You're digging already for
I'm at Whole
for
Foods.
4
What
months.
are you talking about? 4 months?
What do you mean?
go break your head. You can keep on breaking your head.
I will break my head.
No problem. Eventually, when you break your head too
Let's hear it.
much, you end up digging water. When you dig water, there's nothing under it.
You were in Jackson, which is really like a continuation of Lakewood. By the way, I don't know if you know how I toppled the government there. They had all these anti-Semitic laws. It was crazy. I had 2 conversations with the White House, and eventually DOJ got involved. But anyway, so I don't know. Are you already doing your Lakewood thing?
I'm here with Dr. Richard Roberts. You sold the pharmaceutical company for $800 million. You were the vice chairman of the Israel Advisory Committee for Donald Trump in 2016.
Yes.
And you reached out to me. Why did you reach out to me via email?
Because you posted that, first of all, you did your video, Curious Yoel in New York, and got a lot of Orthodox Jews very, very upset.
But why did you reach out to me?
But towards the end of the video, you saw the altruism in the community, and you seemed to respect that. And since I could see that you seemed to me to have a sincere desire to actually get the real facts, because if you were just bigoted against us, you wouldn't be struck or commenting on the altruism in our community.
But you casually toppled the Jackson government. A, what does that mean? B, how did you get a relationship with the White House?
I never spoke to DOJ. I did speak to people in the White House twice to tell them what was going on, because...
Who in the White House?
I think I don't want to say.
First off, though, so you mentioned Jackson's a continuation of Lakewood. You toppled the governments. You went to the White House willy-nilly.
Called.
Are these fish kosher?
Connected to the White House.
By the way, I rarely leave my house.
Which just goes to show the scale of your connections, in my opinion. I hear this voicemail, I'm like, shiver me timbers, who am I dealing with a little bit here, right? Like, this guy's...
Little old me.
All right, so he's calling. And you might be wondering, why are mega wealthy Jewish...
Jack the Cripper.
Rumble. Arguing with Christ cucks.
Yeah, that's what makes it more annoying.
Except they're arguing in favor of being slaves to these Jews. Christianity is communism plus Jew worship. Traitors. Life because of Christians.
That's crazy that they censor sucks. That's super PG-13. Yeah, I wish there was an all-Christian neighborhood. I could go do the same thing and go ask questions about Jesus.
Power brokers connected to Donald Trump trying to set the record straight with a lowly goy tuber like myself. This all
Goy
begs
tuber.
the question, why are they so afraid of me?
I think they just don't want you to portray Lakewood in a bad way. That's really all it is.
Is there any bad to see?
There's bad to see everywhere. It's good to see everywhere.
Exactly. Good, bad, and the ugly everywhere, right?
100%. I used to live here in Lakewood when I was in 9th and 10th grade. I love Lakewood. There's so much Jewish life here. It's so easy to be Jewish, and everything's cheaper. It's amazing here.
Why did Lakewood become such a large Jewish hub?
So I think it started with BMG, Base Marriage Gavoa, and then you had a lot. You know BMG?
Yeah, tell me more about BMG, though, right? I hear it's like the Harvard of yeshivas.
Yes, it's top notch. You just sit and learn all day. You already finished your high school phase. Most people went to Israel already, came back, and they just sit and learn all the time. It's amazing. I used to do it when I was a teenager. Lakewood's an amazing place.
They just sit and study Torah all day. They're obsessed with the Torah, and then the Christians won't even say their Torah is fake. Talk about the crux of the problem. Instead, they'll cope and say, they don't believe the Torah. They don't worship Yahweh. Like, they get it. They're not even Jews. Like, you couldn't get it any more wrong.
Everything, and I think I've seen your videos all over. I just think that people get nervous and stuff like that, but you're just coming here filming the truth, and you're working just like we are. That's it. We're all in the same boat.
What should we know about Lakewood?
It's a great place. You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've got, it's welcoming for the most part. A few guys are fired up. We try to give them the chance to speak, have a conversation. Do a little pss.
Okay, man.
Don't talk to that
What
guy.
whisper did we miss?
Nothing. I gotta go now, but
I love it. To a T. A guy gets a whisper, then he goes quiet. Would you like to say anything? How you doing?
Camera's a 360 X4 with backpack clip. Insta 360 action for camera.
Or with this guy whispering in his brethren's ears, he comes
Look,
up
you
when
can
they're
see the
talkative and sweet, and he goes psst, 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 and then they stop talking. It is miraculous. Tyler, good to meet you. What's your name?
If I say something good, you're gonna put
That's got to be the shoulder.
We just met up with the guy. He was like pissed off that we like come around here and explore. This guy's killing me, dude. The psst,
I know.
psst. This is,
I'm
he's
gonna
treating
say
you like a
something so
child.
good, the whole world's gonna laugh so nice. I know.
This is pathetic. He's treating you like a child. Who is this guy?
Why are you guys
This
being
is
told what to
pathetic.
say?
Let the man speak. Okay, does that not look like suspicious activity?
Why is there so much secrecy if you have nothing to hide?
Why would he do that? He's the head whisperer. All right, tell me what you're going to say.
Yeah, I go try to do this equivalent in an Amish community and end up converting and joining, becoming Amish.
In this town, crazy amount.
What?
The police is also going to follow us, just FYI.
Going to follow us.
Yeah.
There's a police
They'll just give me some raw milk, and I'll be like, thanks, guys. Take it easy.
internal monologue that they're going to just trail us around.
Amazing. So given that the cops are being called so often, they're just going to follow us around all day. Land of the free, home of the brave. And then I stumbled upon a kosher collision. Another example of Lakewood's infamously terrible driving.
Dude, he talked about this in the last video, too.
Traffic there is. We wanted to show some of the driving differences out here.
I don't think you're saying a fair statement. This has nothing to do with Ben's driving.
Oh, what does it have to do with bad driving skills or snow?
It was totally because of the snow.
Fair.
It was a miscommunication.
That's fair.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. There were actually no one on the road.
Totally fair, okay. You need help getting pushed? All right, all right.
I'm fine. Because you need a documentary. There was not one car in sight by accident.
Oh, you just hit the wall.
That's it.
You didn't hit anyone?
No.
Do you need help getting pushed? Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, you're good. Different than anyone else.
You need a job.
I agree.
You need a job?
No, I mean, I'm employed. I employ a lot
You
of
want
people,
it?
actually. So
Can I be your boss, Goyam?
for doing nothing? Do you think moving cap
You want to work for me, Goy?
more valuable than I do, or what?
What? I think you should write about
Tell me.
the hundreds of thousands of people that do favors to people every day.
Tell me more.
Open up a book. You never saw so many charity organizations as you have here in Lakewood.
I know there's so many 501c3s. It makes me wonder. Are they all charitable? Are they tax exemptions? You know.
Uh-oh.
Would you say this is a great place to move to for a young family? If I have a kid or a wife, a young wife. Okay. Not just the.
Everyone, yeah.
My best friends are going.
Okay. What do we have?
Oh, dude, he did. I have a black friend. My best friend's a Goyam. That's so funny.
Hey, it's good to meet you.
You see that?
I saw it. What is the name of that organization once again? Hatzola. Okay, good to meet you, man. See you later. And we have Hatzola up here to help the community. Yeah, this guy doesn't even know what the First Amendment is.
We're busy with the knives.
Don't be a joker, bro. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Come over here. Come over here. I need to get you like a second number. Son. What's your Instagram? You got Facebook?
No, I don't have.
Look at these hundreds. My phone number's been leaked.
You're a little child. Give me a number. I promise you.
Why are you insulting?
I'm not insulting.
You just insulted. Come on, I'm a little child.
So give me a number. I promise you I'll make it worth it for you.
All right, look, give me your email. Give me your email. Give me your email.
732. Give you my number.
All right, hold on. And what was your first name?
Moshe.
We're gonna do some big stuff.
You're afraid, I think.
You're afraid.
I don't even know what's going on.
Dude, come on. Like, he seems really scared. Totally terrified.
Our next level. I feel like I got dropped off on an alien planet. And you might be wondering, what is Hatzola and how are they able to blast?
This is better than I expected.
Like that? It's like a community watch, but they think they are cops. If you notice, they had their lights on and they just ran a red light, just like a police officer would do. No uniform. They had the Jewish uniform on, white pants and the curls. A Jew in a police car is what it looked like, but he's not a police officer, and he's blasting through the lights like he is a cop. There's a Hatzola billboard right there, Mike. And what is that for?
I mean, you're asking me questions. I don't know if I have the answers to why. Because, once again, because there's competing Hatzola. You have competing groups of these.
Of a non-profit volunteer emergency service?
Yes. It sounds like a business, right?
But literally every organization out here is a tax-exempt 501c3. If you dig through the filing, go on ProPublica.com. To realize
taxes is for the Goyam.
Tax-exempt 501c3.
Oh, did you see that one? It was Cars for Kids. We've covered that one before. Hold on, where was it? Shit. There.
It's like he is a cop. There's a Hatzola billboard right there, Mike. And what is that for?
I mean, you're asking me questions. I don't know if I have the answers to why. Because,
look.
Once again, because there's competing Hatzola. You have competing.
Remember this scam? This was one of their nonprofits. He hasn't even scratched the surface, he tweets. Cars for Kids. It's Orthodox Jews. You donate your old car to them, and then they made it seem like they're donating to just all kids, but it was only to Jewish kids.
groups of these.
Of a non-profit volunteer emergency service?
Yes. It sounds like a business, right?
But literally every organization out here is a tax-exempt 501c3. If you dig through the filing, go on ProPublica.com, you'll be surprised to realize everything.
There it is, Cars for Kids. $80 million in revenue in 2024. $88 million in expenses. $28 million in assets. Wow. That is serious. I remember seeing the commercials for that, and it turns out it's some Jews only getting rich and giving the proceeds to Jewish kids.
Basically, it's a tax-exempt 501c3.
Yes, because it's all through the religions.
What are your concerns?
Oh, dude, there was even a Friends commercial, I think it was, that was promoting Cars for Kids. Ooh, can I find that, I wonder?
Why are we interviewing you?
So I think I echo the concerns of many non-religious people in my area. And the biggest concern is how one group of people gets to act that is separate, segregated from everybody else.
And that group being Jews.
Yes, Jews, exactly, yeah, 100%. But you know what, it's in my area, it's Jews. In other areas, like you obviously see the Somalian, right? In Minnesota, there's things that are happening all over the area. But yes, in my particular area, it is Jews. And it's Jews that are expanding their territory.
Okay, so my name is Jenna Galarza. I've lived in Jackson for approximately 23 years. I want to say it really started affecting me when I had my children. I have twins, they're 20 now. In assimilation perspective, you want to be able to teach your children how to talk to other children and, be part of other cultures. And that was when it really started hitting me.
What hit you?
Let's say if I would go to a store which was closer to Lakewood, I'm pushing a double stroller, I have twins, and I noticed that nobody would hold the door open for you. At one point, a door literally got slammed on my twin stroller, and I was just like, whoa. At that point, there wasn't a lot of Orthodox living in Jackson, but they were coming to our parks a lot. And they would come to the parks, busloads, vans full, and the park would just get turned upside down. I mean, we're talking about diapers being changed anywhere and being thrown on the floor. We're talking about children literally urinating in public and absolutely not interacting with your children. So listen, at that time, if it was a minion, there was 10 men, not a big deal. But then you started to notice that it was no longer just 10 people. It was 20 people and 30 people. Just completely changing the feel, the character, the comfort that you once had in your neighborhood is no longer there.
And another source of conflict is the Jewish community using residential homes as places of worship, often without approval from the Jackson Planning Board, bringing in tons of outside traffic and destroying the peaceful quality of the neighborhood.
We can have if you work in an office and there's 10 Jewish men there, you can just take a conference room for 10 minutes. We don't need like a formal church. I've prayed in parking lots with, we're going somewhere and there's get other guys together and
but if you're living in a residential neighborhood and this house becomes like a revolving door of people coming in and praying constantly, parking their cars, I imagine there's some quality of life concerns, right? Increase in traffic and the streets being covered with cars and people all over the place, or what?
I don't think that that's what really happened, but maybe on the Sabbath. But you'll have any Semites will probably say that because they don't like us, they don't want us.
This home used to be probably about 1,100 square feet. It does have a new owner.
Okay.
Apparently, they did get permits to expand on their house.
I like all the snow.
Most of the permits are just, kind of just given. Nothing is really followed through.
Okay.
This
good music. Good music choice.
For a full-out temple.
Temple.
Yeah. Well, that means that they're going to be praying in this home several times a day, probably staying over on Friday nights until Saturdays. As you could see, there's no parking lot here. This is going to affect every person that lives here. And the other problem that I have with this, and that I think should be looked into, is there's definitely funding going to these places.
If I was a concerned neighbor and I said, hey, they're building a temple, what the hell? What might happen next?
You would probably be called an anti-Semite. They will make your life miserable. Nobody wants to live across the street to a synagogue. It is a tactic of getting people to sell their homes, and they will have buyers for them.
And you see this, and then you watch buildings get built before they're approved. They build and ask permission later, and then if they even don't get permission, they sue and they win for permission. So when you have all these things where they're creating hatred, they create the double standard, they create the animosity between two groups. And when I say they, I mean governments and people that buy off politicians to make favorable laws, because a lot of the shit they do is legal because they bought the politicians to make it legal.
Do you think residents in Jackson who do not want Jackson to be majority Jewish or to look, feel, and sound like Lakewood, do you think that is anti-Semitic?
Well, people have a right to freedom of speech and freedom of their opinion, even if they're going to be bigoted.
Do you think that's bigoted though,
No,
right? Because I
thank you.
imagine you don't want this place to be Islamic.
Only because the radical Islamists want to kill us. Other than that, I have no problem.
And they're radical Jews and they're radical Christians, right?
Which Orthodox Jews are radical Jews that want to hurt people?
Many people could argue there are distinct sects of Judaism that are marginalized.
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
I don't
you
know.
wouldn't want Lakewood to become predominantly Muslim. Radicalism aside though, right?
Right.
Just like Jackson residents don't want it to be predominantly Jewish.
So if a Muslim wants to buy a house here and pay way more than what the house would sell outside of our community because of the fact that the prices go up and we come in, they're free to do it. And
Yeah, but I just don't think it's bigoted for you to not want it to be predominantly Muslim. Why would you? You're Jewish.
So Jackson Strong is kind of like a unofficial organization that I had started. When I saw everything turning, I just was very vocal on social media, and I decided to organize. Certain people really wanted to get involved. There were a few of us that, you know, we would have letter writing campaigns, making a lot of calls to county officials, local officials, and state officials, trying to find out what ordinances could be created, what we could do to help prevent a full-out turnover. A sign would say, Jackson Strong, don't sell, meaning if a new neighbor moves in next to you, don't run, don't sell. Why would you move? Stay strong, right?
Would they sell?
They would sell because it just got too much. And anytime you would say anything about it, you were anti-Semitic. I mean, there were Facebook pages created just to slander me. You know, they would manipulate pictures of me. They would put, you know, Russian hats on me, a Hitler mustache. You know, these were things that were even coming out of Israel. At one point, there was a post where, you know, somebody had said that, you know, she needs to have an ice pick in her eye, you know, and something like that. I did
Christopher
go to the
Earl
office, and my Jackson Strong page was taken down for no good reason at all. It was just taken down. There was a page, Rise Up Ocean County, which was a pretty important part of everything that was happening. That page was taken down also. However, it was hijacked. So when our page was taken down, just for stating the facts, when you're bringing out the Kaporis incidents, when they're cutting the necks of the chickens and blood is pouring through the streets, and then you're talking about that and you're posting videos, and all of a sudden your Facebook page gets taken down, only to be replaced with a complete anti-Goyim harassment page. And you could report that
anti-Goyim harassment page
over and over, and you could have a campaign of people reporting that page, yet that page remained up.
Do you want Lakewood to be predominantly Muslim? Just you personally?
No.
And why?
Because it's a...
Let's say they don't want to kill you.
I'm fine with people moving in, but to have Jewish schools, we have to have a critical mass of Jews here to support Jewish schools. To have kosher grocery stores, supermarkets, we have to have a critical mass of Orthodox Jews here to support kosher supermarkets. By the way,
So using that logic, why would anyone in Jackson want Jackson to have more and more Jews move? If you're arguing there needs to be a critical mass for...
how are we infringing on their right, on their ability to do whatever
I'm
they
not
want?
saying you are, but why would they want that? Why would it be bigoted?
They don't have to want or not want. If somebody's selling their house to an Orthodox Jew, the Orthodox Jew is allowed to buy the house.
Sure, but I'm talking about the people who are not selling their houses to Orthodox Jews.
Then they have the right to do that.
Of course, but that doesn't make them a bigot to not want it. It doesn't mean they're hateful. It doesn't mean they hate you.
What is it of their lifestyle that we're going to change?
All right, so we could start with the traffic. Infrastructure-wise, they're just throwing up these ginormous structures. They tend to have basement apartments also, so they'll rent those out. Right now, there is probably upwards 2,000 to 3,000 homes that have been bought and are just being rented out right now by the Orthodox community, that they will move in when they're ready to move into them. There's been a problem with light pollution. Now we're seeing just LED lights everywhere. You know, there's a lot of issues, and then let's just talk about the thing that breaks my...
Jack the Cripper sent $5 on Rumble. I want you to know, Christians, you filthy traitors, you sponsor every bit of this.
Oh, yeah, they'll defend all this. They'll say they're just God's chosen people. They're our brothers in faith. They need all this because of anti-Semitism. Oh yeah, this has definitely been enabled by a bunch of Christians.
Part more than anything, which is the school system. So what's happening is our Board of Education is going bankrupt. Between the formula in the state giving all of
Who
the
is
money
this redhead
to
Viking
poor
queen? Or is she Mexican?
which has been proven to not work. We're losing that kind of funding, but we're being depleted from the busing. We are required by state law to provide busing to all of the private school students. Why are we paying for busing for schools that are not teaching a standard curriculum? If 80% or 90% of their curriculum is religious studies, why are the taxpayers paying for that busing? And then to add insult to injury, we have recently sold 2 of our schools, and they have been bought by the Orthodox community.
Who are you, Chris?
I am a councilman in Jackson, New Jersey.
And what are we in front of right now?
We're in front of the former Sylvia Rosenauer School. The school was unfortunately shut down due to budget issues in Jackson. It was purchased by a private school.
Okay, so this is a private Jewish-only school right now?
Yes. As the state cuts our funding, we continue spending more and more public money on private schools, and it's kind of creating the perfect storm that's destroying our public education system.
So all of the school systems are completely strained by the influence of the Jewish non-students. They don't even use the public school system, but yet it costs the public school system a lot of money.
We Orthodox Jews, we pay the full school taxes to support the public schools and for busing. And the only thing that we get to use is busing.
You take Jackson Township, their pass-through budget was nothing in like 2017. What pass-through laws are, the federal state laws where it says that the school system has to pay for the busing of private school students. The more people that moved into Jackson, they go to school in Lakewood. So no, Jackson has to bus their kids to Lakewood. Now they don't bus non-Jewish students. They have segregated busing. So you have girls bus, boys bus. It costs the towns millions and millions of dollars, while at the same time, it decreases the enrollment that they have. So when the enrollment decreased, couple that with a really shit school funding formula in New Jersey, the towns spend way more money and they get way less in return.
And now, in a modern day and time, who thinks it's okay to separate boys and girls, not allowing them to be together, not allowing them to go to school together, be on the same bus, and because of a religious practice?
Well, there's always there's been all boys Christian schools too. Not sure that's the greatest argument.
Yes, you're forcing the public to pay.
But then, we have to pay extra. We have to pay, taxes have to pay for 2 buses because they have to be kept separate. But separated schools, all girls schools, all boys schools has always been a thing. It's not just a Jewish thing.
Extra money for things like that.
We have to send our children to religious schools because of the values that are taught in the secular schools. If there are population changes, schools consolidate. We're not the first place that's happened, nor the last place.
The Jewish community is extremely racist. Could you imagine if I said that my children could not play with somebody's children because they were black? What a different conversation we would be having.
Well,
why is it okay?
We only eat kosher food if our kids play in a non-religious Jews home.
That's always the excuse. Oh, well, we can't. You don't eat kosher. You're not kosher. We can't be around you.
They might be given non-kosher food to eat. Also, we generally don't have televisions in our home and don't want to bring the secular values of homosexuality, of adultery, theft, of cursing, and go on and on. We don't want to bring this into our society. The Orthodox Jews are paying full property tax, which is how the schools are funded, and we don't get the benefit of the school building, the school teachers. So we have to also pay for our private...
Dude, they got the kids going? No. Oh, my gosh.
Education. So,
dude, we want Moshiach now. They're all in there. You know
it's going to go down. You're going to have to make cuts. You're going to have to keep closing schools. They just shut down another big school, which is going to be converted into, it might be one of the world's largest yeshivas right here in town. Let's be real. New Jersey State is essentially a criminal organization because everything they do is for some type of special interest, for somebody to benefit somehow.
They take a house, they get that house built for a public mikvah only for Jewish people. Right? So they say it's for the public, but it's not. It's just for a select private group of people. The house is now a 501c religious organization, so it doesn't pay taxes, so the town loses the tax money. Yep. And then, like in this case, that mikvah was being built before it was even approved, so everyone sees that.
This is
What?
which is a religious.
So they say all of their homes are tax write-offs because they're synagogues, because they bring their Jewish buddies over and they daven there, they pray, they read Torah in daven.
House.
Where women get
no taxes.
Correct.
After their periods?
Yes, and it prepares them for their childbearing time.
Sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's little things like this when they get in an area, they put what they need, their special needs. It doesn't benefit the community, anything that they put. It benefits only them.
So this is a house of worship, a shul. This has been operating now probably for about 6 or 7 years. This is one of the ones that we first realized was non-owner occupied.
Dude, I need to get a house and make it be a pagan temple so you pay no taxes. Tax write-off, pagan house. Pagan, no more news, pagan god dedicated to Odin.
$5 on Rumble.
Dude!
Time to turn your house into a pagan temple, Adam.
I said it right before you fucking posted that. Exactly. See? Now we're thinking.
You have a better chance of
Too cool for shul.
having issues if you live in a
Yeah.
home and you have prayer, but nobody was living
we need to start a pagan temple studio fund. Now we're talking.
Generally
Pagan
you
house.
have to get the proper permits and everything, but our town has been very accommodating for bad behavior. As you could see, they did install a light for them here, so they could safely pull in and out and cross the street.
And that's a symptom of the increased traffic into this location, right? A light just for this house.
Correct. This is zone residential.
As I told you, we have to be together for schools, for synagogues, for kosher food. So you're gonna start buying the next block over. It happens to be Jackson and Tom's River. Now it's going into Howell because we're having lots of children, and thank God we're having lots of children. Thank God almost all of them stay religious, get married early, and they're having children, and the community is just growing and growing. So in Jackson, they passed regulations against Orthodox Jews, and not only that, they were harassing us. Let me give you an example.
Dude, I need to become a pagan priest, and then everything will be a tax write-off. We just need to follow this. Follow the Jewish tricks.
We pray 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. So Jackson, they were very unprofessional, very amateurish. So they had their code enforcement department counting the number of Jews on the street, and they left the emails on their Jackson Township email system. So when litigation ensued, it came out in discovery. So they say, I see 3 men wearing the garb, carrying Bibles, going into this house. And the inspectors would actually go onto the property and peer into the window to see if we were praying.
Okay, so the house was zoned residentially, and it is being used as a house of worship?
No, but you could just go in there. The guy owns the house. You can just go in there and pray. We do it all the time. Just like, when I have the Super Bowl here, I have 50 people here.
In contrast to the Super Bowl, how often does this...
These guys are watching the Goy Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no. We pray 3 times a day. Now,
3 times a day versus once a year, though, right? That's an important distinction.
Oh, but I'm saying, but every week they get during football season, get people over watching football, and they get 30 people in the house watching football, right? Anybody.
I thought they just said we can't be around the Goy. We don't have TVs. We don't do secular stuff. We don't do stealing. But you have football parties? I would never imagine these Jews are watching the Super Bowl. Super Bowl party? Kosher Super Bowl party? They're like, oy vey, I love the anti-Semitism commercial at the Super Bowl.
To do that, and they're not cited for a violation.
You don't think they would have been treated the same if it were a mosque or a church?
There are Christian groups, and that they were not harassed like we were.
So you guys were singled out, in your opinion?
Yeah, for sure.
What happened in Jackson? What anti-Semitic laws is he referring to in his opinion?
So it's everybody is reacting in their own way, zoning law-wise, to try to fight what they do. And what that is like buying corner lots that are unbuildable, using the RLUPA laws to build on them. So what happened was there was a little bit of a rush to stop Lakewood. I would say about 2010-ish, where you saw different towns making different zoning laws. Brick did its own little thing, tightened up zoning laws in certain areas, and they did it in a way where it wasn't pointing out one religion. Jackson kind of did it in a way where they did point out one religion, but...
What does that mean?
So it's like, They tried stopping the shoals in the middle of the houses, but what they did was they worded it and they said things as they were doing. Like the people on the boards were saying stupid shit during the discussion that were anti-Semitic, basically to give them fuel to come in and say, you guys are making anti-Semitic laws. Okay, it wasn't necessarily what they were trying to do; it was how they were trying to do it. Now the council president up there, Mordecai Bernstein, who was a part of it. You have that guy Richie Roberts. They got the DOJ to do an investigation. They sued under our LUPA, and they had the DOJ do an investigation into him. They hammered Jackson. So now it's like Jackson is castrated. They cannot even fight it anymore because they got told by the federal government and the state government they get to do whatever the hell they want. So now that's why you're seeing the synagogues going up in single family or multiple family, big houses.
Yeah, good idea, Thunderstorm. Move to Israel, create pagan house temples, tax-free, and have as many kids as we can. Great idea.
Houses. We lost the lawsuit on this property that was too small of a property on the buildable lot. The people that came out to that meeting made this type of comment. This was deemed anti-Semitic. This is a family neighborhood. We like to keep it a family neighborhood. Anti-Semitic. This is what the judge cited as anti-Semitic. Are you going to be renting this house or are you going to be living in it? Anti-Semitic. What type of family would want to live on this type of lot? Anti-Semitic. That's how petty it gets.
Beginning 10 years ago, they called
almost like everything is anti-Semitic.
All of these points. Were you wrong?
I was right. There are plenty of county roads in Jackson. Nobody's saying that you cannot put your house of worship on those county roads where you could put a proper parking lot and you could have proper traffic. So why are we dealing with houses of worship within walking distance that could be on main roads? Air roofs are up. Why instead are we putting them smack in the middle of residential areas? Because it's another way to get people out of there. It's another way to create a complete religious enclave.
And this all begs the question, does the Jewish community living in peace come at a direct cost of the non-Jews also trying to live in peace? Can the two groups get along? I toured a mostly all-Jew neighborhood in Lakewood to understand Jennifer's frustration a bit more and what she sees as Jackson's seemingly unavoidable.
Why don't they go to Israel?
Where are we at, Jenna?
We are in Westgate, aka Kosher West, aka the Little Tykes Graveyard.
I'm noticing lots of toys on the lawn, car seat that may not be getting used, tons of minivans, many children, many families, full trash cans, abandoned vehicles, a lot going on here.
Correct. This is on the border of Jackson. And unfortunately, I see this as being Jackson's future if we don't get a hold of things.
Let's go for a walk.
Dumpster fire, yeah.
Again, anywhere.
Yeah, the dumpster fire was very symbolic.
From 6 to 12 children.
This is all Orthodox Jews for the most part?
This is predominantly, probably 99.9% religious.
Could I buy a home here?
I don't believe you could.
Obviously, legally, according to the Fair Housing Act, it's illegal for them to discriminate against me, but practically speaking, could I buy a home?
No.
Okay.
This community is allowed to police themselves. They're allowed to do what they want to do. Rules don't apply. Yeah, the trash cans. We have a problem now in Jackson with rats, which we've never had before. It's definitely a concern. It's a complete religious enclave, yes.
Sure. And this bus right here is paid for by a Lakewood taxpayer, correct?
Correct.
We're walking. We're trying to walk. You got to... Yes. Call the cops.
Here, it's strictly about religion, nothing else. All these men going to yeshiva until they're 35 years old, they're not producing college students. They're not producing people that are going to go and benefit the greater good of our society.
It's sort of an investment in a insulated, one-way economy.
Correct, without anybody contributing.
Yeah. Did she just say the Jews are bringing rats?
Documentary.
Cool it.
Yeah, for YouTube. Would you like to say hi?
I actually recognize your face.
I'm infamous. That's me. Yes. It's good to meet you. How are you?
I actually can't shake hands
I
with
see.
you. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's good to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just walking around talking.
Cool. Well, I hope it's interesting.
Thank you so much.
I don't like shaking hands with strangers anyway.
There's a strong spectrum here of even orthodoxy, right?
Yeah. Even within the Orthodox.
So I got to say, very refreshing.
That's one thing I liked about COVID is we didn't have to shake hands anymore. I've never liked shaking hands. It's gross.
Good luck.
That's the funny thing.
Nice, yeah.
That's the funny thing about it. I mean, a lot of the women are very nice and very welcoming.
Yeah. What?
And
they found
conversation with them.
That's the beauty queen. That's Miss Lakewood right there.
But at the end of the day, they can't be your friend.
No parking. Look at that.
They don't want to live amongst us. They don't want to live with us. They just want to live and exist and not have us.
Yeah, and standing too close. Yeah, I love the distance too. Like when you're waiting in line somewhere and like somebody's breathing down your neck, or like you just like put your arms out or something and then you bump them. Oh, I hate it. Keep your distance. Am I a germaphobe? A little bit.
I mean, we've had people stand up at our council meeting in Jackson and say, I'm sorry, we cannot let our children play with your children.
For the Orthodox community, the reason that we choose sometimes to live with ourselves is because we are, as a culture, very careful with the influences our children have. My children don't have any access to YouTube, TikTok.
Autonomous says, I used to watch them use tissues to open doors. I use a tissue to open I don't raw dog bathroom doors, if that's what you're saying. Isn't that a normal thing? You go to the bathroom in a public place, public bathroom, you wash your hands, you grab the paper towel, you turn off the spigot with the paper towel and open the door with the paper towel and then throw it away. Are you telling me you just raw dog bathroom doors? You just got done washing your hands, you're going to touch the door where everybody else was just wiping their butts with their hands? Dude, I don't raw dog doors. Sorry.
Instagram, any of these things. And part of that safety is that after school, all of us as neighbors share those same values and rules and restrictions.
It's about unity.
Doors anywhere.
It's about, the American culture, and that's what we're losing.
Can the Jews and the Gentiles get along?
Absolutely. We don't have.
You're calling for unity.
Absolutely. I also understand that this is their way of thinking. This is how they are trained. This is how they were brought up.
We're happy for them to stay. We don't push them out. We had a neighbor Wheeler right across the street over one house. We were sorry to see them go. Is it bad that you have a house that's worth $300,000 and someone says
only kosher bathrooms? That's right.
$600,000 for it.
I think it's great if you're trying to sell your house.
Okay, and if he doesn't have to. Like this woman, she didn't have to sell her house.
Yeah, I think there's an argument in some instances of people who have claimed that they've been pressured, harassed, or intimidated to sell their house.
So it's not intimidation. It only could be that too many people are knocking on their door asking, do you want to sell your house?
Okay, so there's blockbusting. Okay. That's when they approach you to sell your house, which is a level of harassment. There's intimidation, telling you that, your decorations are not Yiddish, or approaching you and asking you, when are you moving? You could have a child who's 4 or 5 years old, being your neighbor, and you could be very nice to that child, and one day they will just come out and say to you, when are you leaving? Well, that's learned behavior. They're hearing that, right?
There's rows of housing. You saw it yesterday. 4, 5, 6 cars per place. Tight, super tight houses.
The few people that I've spoken to, a lot of it stems from fear and their loss of their way of life, right? I don't think it stems from hatred, from what I've heard.
Yeah. It was anti-Semitic when they wouldn't move, and then when they moved away, they're like, oh, that's goitrification. Goy flight, not white flight, but goy flight. It was anti-Semitic. A Jew moved in and he moved away because he hates Jews. Meanwhile, the kids are like, when are you leaving?
Some fear to change in their neighborhood. These people are moving in that don't look like them.
Goy flight.
Seem different. And
Jewitrification and goy flight.
There are laws about discrimination, and people bought homes legally because the non-Jews that lived there made a lot of money off the Jews in selling the home.
Well, look at Little Italy, and look at Chinatown and New York, and how come it was okay for them to live amongst themselves? The key there is assimilation. Their children went to public schools. They worked in the public sector. They invited anybody who wanted to come into their community. They provided for them in their community. Huge difference there. This is not a welcoming community. This is not somebody who's saying, we're gonna build this shul, come on in. We wanna teach you a little bit about our religion and our beliefs.
Dumpster fire.
We wanna involve you in.
What are they burning?
This has been a topic that I have brought up at several council meetings when
come to the shul, goy. We'll teach you how to be a Noahide.
There have been times when there's been
a she's going to be anti-Semite of the year.
And we were trying to
StopAntisemitism.org is on it.
This project is not going to benefit the community as a greater good. The Jewish community is extremely racist, and I would go as far to say as the Jackson government should be ashamed of themselves.
Beautiful traffic conundrum here. What?
Welcome.
Was that a strategic honk?
I think so.
I'm not sure what the strategy there was. Who's he honking at now? Gotta say hi. Hello. All right, so you're just honking. I'm not sure what the strategy is. How are you? I came down and waved and said hi. We're gonna see how long he's just gonna remain honking. How are you doing? He's gonna break his horn. This guy does have a...
This is the anti-Semitism alarm.
That honk was promised to him. Zoom in on his face. I think I'm gonna sue. His kids
sue?
What? Man, I think this guy actually might be immensely challenged, so we're gonna give him a break. So listen, we can talk all the niceties we want. There is hostility.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That's not going to happen walking down our streets.
But as we were trying to escape and rest our ears from the Jews honking at us from all directions, I spotted these dudes tracking us. Turns out I had summoned the Shamrim Police, the Jewish community's internal police force that receives both federal funding and township funding. You guys want to be interviewed?
No.
Okay, respect. Are we in the heart of Lakewood right now?
What do you know for?
I'm just curious.
This is the FBI
You want to do an interview?
branch.
Okay.
I don't think it was nice how you portrayed the Jewish people and.
What are we talking about? What's the context, real quick?
What's the context?
Are we talking about Curious Joel?
Yes. I just don't think it was you were trying to portray. I think you just came into with a more of what you had a picture in your head.
What do you think I got wrong? What do you think was represented? Like, I'm just trying to learn. What do you actually think I got wrong?
Bro, that belly.
I just think there was agenda.
Dude, he's packing it in
A
here.
little bit, though, you know.
What was the front of
You got an agenda. You just born hating us for no reason.
YouTube page posted as? What was the
inside the New York town?
It's a law of nature. Esau hates Jacob.
Thank you. You answered the question.
Was I wrong though?
I actually think it's not true, but again, you'd say whatever you want. It's not welfare addicted. This is what it is.
Welfare reliance, welfare dependent. What would be a better?
Too many bagels, right?
What are you arguing? That I have an obligation as a taxpayer to fund you and how many kids you want to have? If you want to have 30 kids, that's just how it is. It's
I'm
the
arguing
law.
that if the law is set up to have certain
Dude, this guy went right into the belly of the beast.
Children, then people who qualify for it, legally qualify for it,
100%.
with no fraud at all, are entitled to get it.
And you'll give me the credit of acknowledging I never said that was fraudulent.
Yes, that's right.
I think it's exploitative by nature, though. Yeah, why don't you throw all your money at them and help sustain their lifestyle? Why do I have to take a cut of my paycheck to go towards Curious Joel's insulated Hasidic Jewish community that has nothing to do with me? I'll never get anything out of. There's zero upside for them to exist for me.
Anyways, we have the government makes criteria for getting financial aid. And if someone qualifies for that criteria, I'm not sure why when the Jew does it, you're calling it exploitive or taking advantage, but you don't say that to all the other people and populaces that don't have it.
Well, I've never seen anything of this scale to where the families are this large and it's sort of baked into their strategy of child raising.
So are you against having children, having a lot of children?
I'm pro-children. That's great. I think you should be able to afford it. And I want to make an important distinction between the Amish, let's say, and the Hasidic Jews and Curious Joel. You tell me what's the difference.
Oh, there's tons of differences.
Tons of differences. Most importantly, as it relates to finance, though, the Amish pay for themselves. They're self-sustaining. They're not reliant on welfare programs funded by the taxpayer.
Dude, did you see that one?
40,000 people in Curious Joel? 44,000. And you spoke to 20 people around.
Hold on, I gotta see that guy again.
Insulated
54.
For getting financial aid. And if someone
Dude, did you see those Amish haircuts?
I'm not sure why when the Jew does it.
These religious
exploitive or taking advantage, but you don't say that to all the other people and populaces that
BTFO'd by the Amish.
Anything of this scale to where the families are this large and it's sort of baked.
Okay, here we go. Look, we're gonna pause on the Amish dudes
are you
again.
Against having children, having a lot of children?
I'm pro-children. That's great. I think you should be.
You want to genocide our children?
Distinction between the Amish.
Whoa. Bruh, dude, look at this. This is like M. Night Shyamalan. Who's that little guy? Sandy Hook. There's the Sandy Hook killer right there. Adam Lanza. Whoa. Oh, dude, that makes me want to trim my beard. Bro, what the what? Look at these haircuts, dude. Bro, whoa.
Using Curious Joel, you tell me what's the difference.
Oh, there's tons of differences.
Inbreeding for sure.
Finance, though, the Amish pay for themselves. They're self-sustaining.
Children of the Corn. Whoa, there's the other one. That's the one I missed. Hold on. 54. Damn it. 54, 43. Here we go.
The Amish pay for themselves. They're self-sustaining.
That's the one I wanted to see. Whoa. Dude, that haircut. Dude, worst haircut, beard haircut combo of Matt. They all have the Dumb and Dumber bowl cut. No way.
On welfare programs funded by the taxpayer.
I think I heard in a video there's, 40,000 people in Curious Joel? 44,000. And you spoke to 20 people around on the street.
Sure, perhaps an insufficient sample size.
And who obviously are not the ones working, because if they're working, they wouldn't have been on the street, they'd be working.
Sure, but it belies a pretty interesting question, right? How do they afford to raise such large families? How do they afford to study full-time?
First, I have to bifurcate your question. Okay. There's two groups. One is the ones who are learning full-time, and the others are the ones that are working. For Hasidim, almost all of them go out to work. However, when they first get married, for the first 2 or 3 years, they'll learn Torah full-time. The wife will work. They don't have any children yet, or maybe they have one kid or 2 kids.
What do the Amish and the Hasidics have in common? Oh, terrible haircuts.
And then they'll get help from their family.
And awful beards.
If their income qualifies, which it probably does, for financial aid, they'll get financial aid.
Okay, we got this guy following us. We're playing games now. We got the security van rolling on us as we roll on them. We got 1, 2, 3 police. Surely there's no conflict of interest we're about to experience. I wonder what law they're gonna claim I violated. How you doing? My name's Tyler. How are
$5 I am in.
Thank you, Onyx.
Amish are insanely corrupt too, especially cruel in dog breeding. Do have some fire deserts and build houses overnight though.
Yeah, they're building stuff and they're raw milk and that is on point. That's true. What else are they known for besides milk, raw milk? There's some other like food. But yeah, they're corrupt too. Wouldn't doubt it.
Josh, man. Good to meet you, Josh.
What's going on?
I don't know. We're just getting stocked.
Yeah?
Low key, yeah.
You look familiar, man.
My name's Tyler Oliveira. We're filming a little YouTube video. That's me, yeah.
So what are you filming out here?
Documentary on Lakewood, surrounding towns.
Furniture, right? Amish furniture.
Probable cause for this interaction. What's going on?
We just got a concern saying that you're walking up to people, asking them questions, stuff like that.
Luckily, this is America, and that is the First Amendment, right? It's beautiful, and I get you're doing your
job. When they call us, we got to come out here, right? See what you guys just doing, like a documentary?
Exactly, just a little documentary.
Documentary, yeah.
How you guys doing? You guys want to say what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Okay, well, it's good to meet you guys. I know you guys got more important things to do, but good to meet you guys. Good to meet you. Thanks for keeping everyone safe. Thank you.
I'm part of Lakewood Trauma, which is public safety.
Yeah.
And we got multiple calls. Same reason why PD got calls.
Okay.
So that's it. We're just gonna follow you around. We're gonna let everybody know that they don't have to talk to you.
With the Shamrim police on our back, it felt like we were being policed by a secondary form of law enforcement that seemed to exclusively defend the interest of the Jewish community. And speaking of double standards, let's talk about politics.
I firmly believe that the tactics within this community, I would liken it to organized crime. We have an ultra-Orthodox person as our council president. You know, you can't think that there's not going to be things happening and rules and laws created to make his community stronger and better.
When do you eventually become involved in Jackson politics, let's say? You live in Lakewood, you don't even live in Jackson. Why do you even get involved?
What happened was this active discrimination against the Orthodox Jews in Jackson was going on for about a year. And I had people calling me from Jackson with like anonymous numbers, Orthodox Jews, because they were afraid for their safety. We're generally not violent people. If we have to defend ourselves, we will. And I think a substantial number of people in Lakewood now own guns.
Why?
Why?
They became fearful.
Oh yes, because of the rise of anti-Semitism and the attacks on Jews. After about a year of them calling me, I really couldn't take it anymore. They're suffering.
Why did you topple the government?
I told you
why.
How
did you do it with ease?
Oh, it was not with ease. It was a tremendous amount of work. Okay. Agent in in Manhattan, trying to get the stories out to the press. And then I met with this political group, like I said, who ran senatorial campaigns. We got the cell phone numbers of all the people in Jackson, and we planned to text. We started a website called familiesforjacksonjustice.org. By the way, I've since abandoned the website. Anti-Semites took it over. It's like when the Republican Club, which was vehemently anti-Semitic and run by the mayor of Jackson, had a U.S. Senate candidate, Republican candidate, there for their meeting, I had spies inside the organization, non-Jews, who were telling me what was going on. So the Republican Club, they had their senatorial candidate about to speak. We then texted to everyone in Jackson 5 minutes before he spoke, here's this new website exposing the religious discrimination. I had it populated with all kinds of information, statements. The mayor of Jackson had been voice recorded, not by me, but it was sent to me, where he was asked by the chairman of the Ocean.
He's got like the exact same physiognomy as Rabbi Blech. Rabbi Blech.
County Republican Party, if these were churches, would we be opposing them?
Remember him?
Absolutely not. It was discrimination against Jews. They were going crazy with all the things I was doing, putting pressure on them. There was fighting going on among the elected political people. Resignations had started. And
Khazar physiognomy. I'm just kidding.
On Fox News.
New developments in that deadly attack in New Jersey.
Jokes.
Shows they clearly targeted that Jewish market.
There's a synagogue located next door.
There is no question that this is a hate crime.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise, and now it's coming from Jackson Township's government. Elected officials in Jackson have passed ordinances targeting Orthodox Jewish families. Exposed township emails show officials surveilling religious Jewish families, praying in their homes. They even took revenge on a decorated...
Yeah, because they're committing welfare fraud. They're scamming to get tax write-offs for their homes, pretending that they're synagogues and shuls. So crazy. They just always play the victim status, though.
Who testified against their anti-Semitism. Jackson officials are intimidating Jewish families, and they admit it.
If these were churches, would we be fighting? Absolutely not.
Shameful. This isn't America.
That seems out of context.
Cable network provider for that area. In the meantime, I had 2 different calls with the White House. I know you want to ask me 1,000 questions. I will answer nothing more than that.
Okay,
sorry.
why?
Because.
And to be fair, the mayor's statement seems pretty damning, right? Him saying, "I wouldn't do this." If
Right. And you heard that. You heard that on the commercial.
Yeah.
By the way,
it seems discriminatory in
nature. By the way, he's one of my best friends now.
Lifelong.
Because here's what happened. More Orthodox Jews kept moving in because of the financial and demographic forces I told you about, and we started to become a larger part of the electorate. And he was coming up for re-election as mayor, and he asked someone if he could come here and apologize to me. And he came here and he said when he signed those resolutions, he knew it was a wrong thing to do. But he said he was under so much pressure from all the political types in Jackson and the people who have constituencies, and they were yelling at me, so he just signed it. And he wants to tell me now that he regrets doing it, and he's going to work to get rid of those regulations. Then that result was the Orthodox Jewish community embraced him, and we supported him. And I became the largest donor to his re-election campaign. It wasn't $1 million.
He becomes an ally to the Orthodox Jewish community.
We bought off the politician. Short story, we bought off the Goyim politician.
This is another
cortisol.
Corruption. Imagine if I said, hey, I'm going to give you this amount of money and you do this. Okay, you can't do that. But if I could say, hey, I'm going to deliver you 50,000 votes that are all going to vote for you. So take Jack Ciattarelli in New Jersey. They were bragging that all of the Vlads got together, all the Jewish Vlads got together, and were voting for Jack Ciattarelli, and they did so with like 97%. That voting bloc doing that now says, like, what they do is they take that and say, hey, we got all these votes, and we're going to all vote for you, but what are you going to do for us? And if you don't vote with us, we're going to take all of these votes, and we're going to put our support behind somebody else. It's what they tried doing to Chris Pollock. I know, because I spoke to the dude who basically said it. They said it very arrogantly, where it was like, oh, we have 6,500 Jewish votes in Jackson. He is not winning. That's what they said to me.
Yeah, he won.
And he didn't just win, he won by a landslide because a lot of people showed up for him.
Okay. And by people, we're talking non-Jewish voters?
Even Jewish voters. He got over 20% of the Jewish vote, Chris Paul. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So the tides are shifting in Jackson, perhaps?
I think there's a group of people that, on both sides, that don't like what certain groups are doing. Remember, there's a lot of really good Jewish people that look really bad by these actions. The main comment that comes through my feed, no matter what it's about, Jackson, Brick, whatever, this town is finished. It's over. I don't know if you can stop them, and I'm not saying you can, but that doesn't mean you don't fight it. That doesn't mean you don't do what you can to do it. And you had people like Chris Pollock that he said, I'm going to do it the way of politics.
Okay, so Chris, I see these homes being built. Why are the locals so opposed to these houses being built? It seems still pretty peaceful out here. What's going on? What changes have you noticed?
Well, it's becoming rapid changes and rapid development. You're going to be seeing a heavy increase in the population, and I don't know if our town is suited to handle it. Unfortunately, I've heard from several people that some developments only particularly want one group in there. It's people have gone in there and asked, hey, I'm interested in these homes. Some of them have been told it's not for them. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It seems like it's only for one group and one community. And
who's that group?
It seems like it's only for the Jewish community. I'm going to be honest. But when you create a community, they have some of them that are adding shuls into it, essentially synagogues into it.
Too many interviews with the locals. I want to see more Jew interviews.
Specific needs of one community. Do you think anybody other than that community is going to move into there?
They technically cannot discriminate against a non-Jew purchasing a home, right?
No, you cannot discriminate against anybody buying a home.
But they could just say, hey, sorry.
This is the Christian politician.
I've heard people say, oh, we'll put you on the waiting list. Because that's something that's going on.
LLCs are outbidding people trying to buy single-family homes.
Correct.
But you have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist. You are a white Jewish supremacist because they're classified white. They don't want to live as a community with us.
White Jewish supremacists, really?
When I say they, again, I don't mean all of them. I do think I mean the far majority of them. I think they have their tight-knit community. I think their community lives completely separate than everybody else. They eat differently. They enjoy different things. Yes, we might drink, but everything is set in a different way.
As you ran for city council, did the rabbinical order try to buy you off?
Peak white supremacy, like Elon said.
Taken a meeting with people who said they were liaisons to the rabbis. They went around touting how many votes they controlled. They told me pretty much straight out that they control certain politicians in town, and if I cater to their community, I might have access to the block vote.
Who did they say they control?
They said they control our mayor and our council president.
After a year, I couldn't bear it anymore, so I got involved. I hired a political campaign group out of Washington, D.C., that does political campaigns for Republican senators. I think they did Ted Cruz. And I wrote a letter to the mayor of Jackson telling him all the things I was going to do if they wouldn't reverse these discriminatory laws. In the meantime, there's another Jewish group called the Aguda that had a lawsuit against Jackson based on RLUIPA. That's the Religious Land Use Institutionalized Persons Act. And it says that the municipality, it's a law, federal law, municipality is not allowed to discriminate based upon religion. And in their lawsuit, then showed all the emails from Jackson, all the things they were doing, conspiring against executing to try to make life miserable for Orthodox Jews there.
But you went to work, and what happened next?
I went to Washington. I met with Ronna McDaniel, who was the head of the Republican National Committee, and the Speaker of the House at the time was Kevin McCarthy. He was actually in their conference room. So I met with both of them, showed them what was going on. They were shocked.
No, I think there's a lot to learn from the community. That's why I liked what we did yesterday. Their tactics benefit them. They are a solitary mass. They actually are a community. You can't deny it. They are not fighting over Trump or Biden. They're not fighting over left or right. They're not fighting over masked or unmasked.
Us versus the world.
It's antimatter, right? It's like we are everyone in our towns, we're fighting against antimatter. We're not focused on what actually matters. We're not picking each other up. We're not one community. And I'm not talking about communism or any of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about caring about the person. They hitchhike.
What other world will you see hitchhiking in America in 2026?
Nonstop, yeah.
That's a testament to how high trusting they all are.
So there's something to be said about that. And there's a lot, I would love to see our kids playing again off of, getting out on bikes and getting out playing basketball and football and all of those things. I would love to see that. I'd love to see us act a little bit more like that.
We need to fight back against the state. God, we've had large lawsuits against us because they tried to keep out this problem. We've had the Department of Justice come down on us. Billionaires connected to the president involved in all this. What's happening in this little town in Jersey is bigger than people think.
We got an update. Tyler Oliveira says, fuck you, Patreon. Very true. Fuck Patreon. Banning me, too. Taking away my main source of income I built up over years. I made my own website to publish videos we can't upload on YouTube. Early access to all the videos we upload in extended cuts. Uncut, uncensored, blah, blah, blah. Tyler, raw now. I will be passing.
And what's happening here in Jackson, will that become a problem in other small towns?
It's already a problem in all the surrounding towns.
Is the cop gonna go? Okay. Get a shot of the cop. We got the corrupt police pulling us over for what? We'll find out. We may be in a corrupt hellhole. Double cop car. We're getting pulled over. We got double police. Potentially nothing better to do. Let's find out. We weren't speeding.
Yeah, I know. I said he's doing too many Goyim interviews. They are exposing them, so it's good. And right, Corn Pop. They're not talking to him, and they call the cops on him every time. So some of them do talk, though, but they're obviously being instructed not to.
We weren't violating the law from the best of my understanding.
You have your driver's license registration?
What am I being pulled over for?
I'll tell you that soon as you
Is there probable cause?
Yes, there is.
What
got
exactly
a call.
is that?
We got a call on our phones.
For
a suspicious person.
What's suspicious about me?
With video cameras.
There's nothing
in front of a
suspicious
school.
about expressing our First Amendment right.
No,
though.
you're good.
So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call. Just so you know, you're being audio and visual recorded.
Sure,
okay?
likewise.
So we got a call from dispatch.
Sure.
Saying there's a vehicle.
Okay.
With 2 men in it, videotaping in front of a school. When we get a call for that, that's our probable cause to stop you because they described your vehicle. So I'm asking you.
What's illegal about the fact that we're recording?
There's nothing illegal about it.
Sure.
I don't care that you're recording because I'm recording.
Prime sent $5 on Rumble. We may need Jewish reservations in the future like Indian native tribes.
Jewish reservations? You mean Gentile pagan reservations? I don't get Jewish reservations. You mean put the Jews on reservations? They're willingly separating themselves and segregating themselves to be on their own little reservations. We need to get off the Judeo reservation, the Judeo plantation. If anything, that'll help put an end to this.
Too. I just don't know who you are. And I don't, but
He's probably a good Catholic that goes, why are you picking on God's chosen people?
For my safety, I want you back in the car.
Well,
okay. So
for my
talking to
safety.
you.
My name's Tyler, by the way. How are
Jonathan
you?
Basil.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you, yeah.
I'm stopping you. Could I have your credentials, please?
Do I have an obligation to self-identify right now?
I need you to identify yourself on this stop.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
We're
it's
filming
a
a little
lawful stop
documentary
because
piece.
they described your vehicle to a T.
Totally get it. I'm just trying to figure out if there's actual...
Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah, I can tell you what we're up to.
Do you hate Jews?
I just want to know who you are.
Yeah, my name's Tyler.
Oh, very good. My name's Jonathan. Like, explain that
Yeah,
to
good
you.
to meet you.
I stopped you.
Totally get it. Yeah, we're just talking about the changes in the town here. We went to that school specifically because it's shut down.
It's very. You see what I'm saying? Like when you have a camera in front of a school with kids. I mean, if my kids go to that school, I wouldn't want my kids to be video recorded.
Sure, we didn't enter the school. We were on the sidewalk.
It doesn't matter if you're in a certain distance of a school.
Okay, sure. You can have it.
And just do me a favor. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so. Thank you so
Hands
much.
on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I just don't know what's in the car. Like I said.
Come on, dude. This guy's a famous fucking YouTuber. You know who he is. He's not going to shoot you.
That seems a little extra.
No,
that's definitely extra, but you can have it. There you go.
Thank you so much. I'm not saying I'm giving you a ticket.
Sure.
Burger.
Dude, this cop sucks.
On Rumble. They are doing the Nick Shirley attack tactic by claiming it's about filming kids. Expose fraud and defenders turn it weird.
Yeah, filming kids. Excuse me,
That escalated quickly.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel, okay? All right? You're filming these Jewish kids. Respect my authority. Yeah, Goy Maxing cop. Yeah, dude, you look like a fool.
Like that. I'm just
You got the badge, man. Yeah, do your thing.
No, it has nothing to do with having the badge or anything like that.
Oh, dude, power tripping.
Okay, don't come near us.
Is this slightly excessive?
It's absolutely excessive.
It seems
Bro,
like
that
a
knows.
bully tactic going around.
Yeah, well, I don't know who placed that phone call.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
How we doing?
Doing good, getting pulled over. You know what we're up against? Small town police department.
Goy troopers.
Politics,
That's funny.
Lots of money. All right, so apparently the reason why these cops came out of thin air is because who just got called?
Well, we're going to find out. The council president just called me.
So who is Morty Bernstein?
Oh, boy.
He is the council president in Jackson, New Jersey, and the most powerful man in the town.
Does he have the police in his pocket?
I don't think he has the police in his pocket.
Yeah, dude, this guy's got a bigger nose than every single Jew we've seen on this video. Crazy. With the cross.
The man does have an incredible amount of power. He's involved.
Got a nose mog. He's nose mogging the Jews out there. Yeah, they're like, we'll bring in our Christian Goy expert to nose mog all these Jews.
Very rich and powerful developers. A lot of
final boss of the town.
Local connections.
Who are we messing with here right now, Chris? Was this a mistake?
Yeah, he has a nose on top of his nose.
Honest, the powers out here are pretty immense. Like I said, it goes up. You have billionaires from Lakewood being involved in what's going on in Jackson. People connected to the President of the United States.
If we zoom out, where does this all end?
Right now, it's gone to every town on the outskirts of Lakewood. They're buying up everything. Even if they're not occupying things, things are being bought up. I always say it's a real life game of Monopoly. So it's gone into Brick, and it's gone into Howell, and it's gone into Jackson and Tom's River. Now it's going into Manchester. There are large portions of property being bought in South Jersey. We cannot keep up with this.
How do you combat a group of people chosen by God?
Almost done.
Rampant ethno-nepotism.
Here's a problem, bro. One Jewish dude in Manchester said to me this: you guys will never come together because you have no shared sense of purpose. And that hit me because he's fucking right. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome's gonna be. And that's to expand the religion, that's expand their people. We don't have a shared sense of purpose. We're too busy arguing with each other. We're too busy talking Trump. We're too busy yelling about ICE.
These kooks are too busy saying bow down to Moshiach and Moshiach is king and we're the true Israel. Oh, I hear you.
Focusing on Epstein's list.
Come here.
We don't have a shared sense of what is America and what are we trying to accomplish together. Americans don't have a shared sense of purpose about America. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome's gonna be. The only way that you're gonna stop it, and the only way you can fight back,
get tribal,
by getting people that have a shared sense of purpose in the numbers that matter.
Our glory.
People with their eyes open to say, holy shit, something has to be done here. You have to get rid of the RLUIPA laws. I don't think it's ever been challenged by the Supreme Court. It has to be taken to the Supreme Court. I think it violates the Constitution.
Yeah, our people are too busy LARPing as Jews and saying we're all descended from Noah and we're all Abraham's. We're all grafted into Abraham. That's our destiny. Our destiny is to worship the King of the Jews. Maybe that's the problem.
You have to fight fire with bigger fire. And the sad part about it is they have the biggest fires.
Ball sacrifice. Proof of ball sacrifice. Throwing in their foreskins. The ball. Okay. Wow, that was really good. Good job. I am impressed. What's going on here? Come on. All right, let's do a 5. These Goyim are powerless. We have to fight fire with retard maxing. Stop anti-Goyism 2026. I can get behind that.
Jack the Cripper sent $5 on Rumble. Public service announcement: all of you should be trying to wake up Christians. Christianity is the root of the problem. Everything stinks because of this Jewish religion. Be part of the solution.
Yep. No, Tyler inspired me. I'm going to go do some Christian outreach. Some Jesus deception, Christian question outreach. Goyim Lives Matter. Let's see. What else do we have here? Doing God's work. I like the Elmo. All right. Well, I'm glad I watched that whole thing. That was very, very enlightening. See this new clip here. Ambassador Huckabee talked about Greater Israel. This Israeli politician, Zair Lapid, is asked about it. Let's see.
צהריים טובים אדוני, השגריר עכבי אמר השבוע, ואנחנו יודעים מה מידת ההשפעה של הממשל האמריקאי על הממשלה פה, שהוא תומך בשליטה ישראלית מהפרט.
Do you support Israeli control from the Nile to the Euphrates?
אתה אומר על לבנון, על ירדן, על סוריה, האם אתה תומך או שאתה חושב שצריך לעצור את הקריאה הזאת?
Does not have a dispute on the biblical level what the original borders were. The Euphrates, last time I checked, was in Iraq. I don't think that when the Americans entered Iraq, they experienced... I support anything that will allow the Jews to have a big, vast, strong land and a safer shelter for us, for our children, for our children's children, that I support. How vast? However possible. Iraq? They're in their ancestral land. Zionism is based on the Bible. Our mandate over the land of Israel is biblical. The biblical borders of Israel are clear. Security, policy, 2,000 years exile. You don't really want all of this whole lecture, right? Practical considerations. Their deed over the land is the Bible. Come on. The borders are Bible's borders. So now they're just going completely mask off. They're not even denying the Greater Israel, that they want Greater Israel.
Burger_Kang sent $5 on Rumble. This is the Israeli politician personally carrying out land theft and evictions.
Mm-hmm. Ben Gavir?
לא חוקי הורסים. אי אפשר לבוא, נגמר התקופה. אתה מעלה. לא, אני מרים את החוק מהרצפה. לא. אני מרים את החוק מהרצפה. אתה הורס לנו. אתה הורס לנו. מה בונה? אתה למנהל. יהיה סדק. כאן יהיה סדק. בן גביר הגיע, יהיה סדק.
Ben, okay. Within the limitations of Israeli security, management of Israeli policy. Yeah, so not backing down. They're owning it. They're like, yeah, the Bible says. Okay, hot mic moment. Hunter College professor facing backlash after her mic allegedly stayed on during a Zoom call, capturing what's being described as a racist rant. Is it a Jewish racist rant?
On Friday, he delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons.
Schools that like they're too dumb to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You gotta stop.
She's talking about blacks. Look at their faces. All their faces are shocked. She's talking about blacks are dumb. And this is their reactions. From the she-her. The two she-hers are pearl clutching and gasping. What did she say again?
You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying.
Friedman's going mask off. That's funny. Allison.
It's absolutely hearable here. You got to stop.
Wow. Where is she? They have her. Do they have her blurred out? She's the one that's blurred.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
Me and many of the students in our classes, and with that,
the Jewish girl says they're too dumb. They don't know.
Apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here.
Absolutely hearable. Hegseth declassifying alien info.
Secretary of War. 3 days ago, President Trump directed you to begin the process of identifying.
Yeah, blacks are not apes. I forgot. So funny. I love. Obviously, everybody's the comment this morning from Trump's State of the Union. The black House representative held up a sign saying blacks are not apes.
Releasing the UFO and UAP files.
Technically.
The Secretary of War in charge of potentially declassifying extraterrestrial life. The American people. in the world?
I did not have that on my bingo card at all.
And are you prepared to do that now?
Of course. I mean, we've got our people working on it right now. I don't want to oversell how much time it will take, right? We're digging in. We're going to be in full compliance with that executive order, eager to provide that for the president. So there'll be more coming on that as far as the process of what we'll do.
And what sort of time?
Yeah, that's the dumb thing, too, is Trump didn't even do the post about them being apes. My understanding was it kept recording till like another reel or something had it.
Do you have any sense for how long this is going to take?
I don't have a time frame for you yet, but stand by. We'll get it for you.
And do you think aliens are what's happening?
What?
Do you think aliens exist?
We'll see. I get to do the review and find out along with you.
3 days ago,
This is so stupid. So stupid. More aliens? What's this?
I've seen things, but that's since I've been in Congress. And the classic UFO is the saucer shaped and there's something on top. And I've never seen anything. I've not seen it. Well, I take that back. I've seen things, but that's since I've been in Congress and I'm not allowed to discuss this. I would just hope that the president would disclose everything that I've seen in every skiff I've been in and in every confidential conversation, every picture I've seen, every video I've seen. I wish that he would release all those.
Would that change the world? I mean, would that change people?
No, I don't think so. I think we just realize that we're one grain of sand in 100 million beaches. And I mean, if you think we're the best that God can do, I think you greatly underestimate God. The classic UFO is.
Oh, so now if they're gonna say there's aliens or interdimensional demons, and that just God made them too. Come on. I know how many of these kooky Christian Republicans are going to be like, I saw the demons in the files and we're just, it's like, come on.
Have the Holy Ghost. If you don't know how to do.
They're all demon maxing. Everything's demons.
SSRI, used for those of you that don't know, is antidepressants and refers to a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's anxiety, depression, PTSD drugs that I think some 20% of America is now taking because the end times are upon us, people. And if you don't have the Holy Ghost, if you don't know how to do deliverance, you don't know how to rebuke the devil, you're going to end up entertaining anxieties, fears, phobias, and you'll become a host home for them, and then you'll be drugged up to cope with the demons. SSRI, used for those of you that don't know, is antidepressants and refers.
Weak. Another MAGA Christian. Let's hear what he's saying about the demons.
You could see it through the TV, like a straight-on demonic manifestation happening before your eyes. But really, that actually, I think that's really good for Americans to see, so that they understand, hey, listen, these are different days. This is not the days where
days of Noah,
kind of a bland, nice, oh, let's come together in unity speech. We have literal, crazy, demonic people.
Literal demonic.
In our nation that want to see it totally destroyed. You could see it through the TV, like a straight on.
Another weak one. These are weak. They're not even feasing hard about demons. Alex Jones and Ted Nugent. Respond to the confirmation in the Epstein files that globalists are Satanists who eat children.
Brains don't. The Satanism that exists in the United States of America right now is beyond the imagination of an average person. Our brains don't want to go there and accept the level of demonacy that the Jimmy Kimmels and the Hollywood elite and the Uncle Sam elite, these people are pure evil. And I believe that the child sex trafficking.
Yeah, isn't Ted Nugent actually a pedophile? Didn't he get busted being with a young girl? Overcompensating much? Projecting much?
And I would ask those going after the child sex traffickers, why don't you kill them? Why can't we kill child sex traffickers? I've got some really specialized commando friends, and I ask, why can't we go after the child sex traffickers and kill them? They need to die.
See, also, that's like incitement. They need to die. They're eating the babies. They've all got to die.
Why can't we kill child sex traffickers? I've got some really specialized commando friends, and I ask, why can't we go after the child sex traffickers and kill them. They need to die.
CGR77N sent 20.
The demons need to die.
Hey Adam, what are your thoughts on white homogeneity in Christian/Catholic schools compared to public and even high-end private schools my area? I am against Christianity, but it's hard to ignore.
Well, I'd say Catholicism is majority non-white in the world, but in certain areas, like in America, Catholic school is expensive, so it's more likely that like upper class white people can afford it, probably. But I mean, also like especially around me, you go to a Catholic school around me, it's going to be full of Mexicans. So that's my thoughts on that. And yeah, okay. What was it? How did you describe it too? Thank you, CGR77N, by the way. White homogeneity. They're not teaching that they're white and they're proud of their whiteness. They're just worshiping the Jewish Messiah also. So I don't think it's good. They're taught that everybody's everybody's a child of God type of stuff. Hold on.
The crew already gave me like 50 more emails today. I mean,
hold on, let's hear. He's going to lie about the ball bank account again. Watch.
You kind of mentioned that because I'm going to get into our private conversations, but you were like, is this Satanism really as bad as they're saying? Ted, the crew already gave me like 50 more emails today. I mean, it is literally delivering sex slaves. It says sex slaves to the Hyatt. It is literally Aleister Crowley, rituals, blood drinking.
Dude, why does sex and prostitutes doesn't mean Satanism? Some billionaires grooming aspiring models and having prostitutes is not Satanism. See, they take just people doing stuff they don't like, call it Satanism, and go, we got to believe in Jesus.
And the thing is where is the DOJ? And I get light years better with Trump. That's my paradigm.
I like Nugent with the beard, though.
I really want to get some prosecutions here.
You know, when you watch Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, and you watch the awards show, and the things they talk about, Ellen DeGeneres, what they've been caught doing.
This is their thing. Award shows.
The Western world breaking free of the old world was a product of the Protestant Revolution. Yeah. I struggle to comprehend why Catholicism always takes center stage with these people.
Yeah, pop stars and weird outfits and symbolism and trying to be edgy and counterculture. That's not Satanism. Come on. This is all Christian paradigm bullshit.
And I resisted that my fellow man would rape and
we gotta destroy Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga and her weird outfits is proof that Jesus is real.
Drink the blood of babies. My soul rejected that level of Satanism, but now the evidence is irrefutable.
They're drinking the blood, ladies and gentlemen.
The level of Satanism that exists in our government, in the Democrat Party, in the Clinton world, in the Obama world, in the Hollywood world, it really is as horrible as you can imagine, and then some. So I'm hoping that President Trump and the DOJ are strategizing, but these people have got to be brought to justice. We have got to expose the Epstein files, and you're doing God's work when you do so. But the Satanism that exists in the United States of America right now is beyond the imagination of an average person. Our brains don't want.
Dude, see, this is their example. They take something stupid like this, some artsy, liberal, gay performance for the Olympics from France, and they go, look, it's out and out Satanism. It's clearly all they really secretly worship the devil. Like, yeah, meanwhile, Ted Nugent had a controversy where he adopted, in the 70s, he was in a relationship with a 17-year-old girl and adopted her, signed away her legal guardianship. But it was reportedly legal at the time. And I'm not sure. I think the age might have even been legal too. But still, like.
Want to go there and accept the level of demonacy that the Jimmy Kimmels and the Hollywood elite and the Uncle Sam elite
Yeah,
These
married his
people
adopted
are
kid.
Pure evil, and I believe that
we better watch Kid Rock now to be safe.
Sex trafficking is out of control, and I would ask those going after the child sex traffickers, why don't you kill them? Why can't we kill child sex traffickers? I've got some really specialized commando friends, and I ask, why can't we go after the child sex traffickers and kill them? They need to die.
Dude, this is stochastic terrorism, dude. I keep seeing so much incitement of this shit. Really, really crazy.
I totally agree. Well, part of it is...
Yeah, let's go just take justice into your own hands and go be a vigilante and go just kill them. Accuse them of stuff and kill them. Accuse them of worshiping the devil and drinking baby blood and take justice into your own hands. Forget about evidence and trials and judges and juries. Millstones for pedos.
The sheer horror, and some of the stuff's 10, 20, 30 years old, and you're reading these emails, and it's like the sex slaves being delivered.
And if you cover up the baby jerky ring, we'll kill you too.
Processing, where we're walking it up to chop it up. I want to eat it live. I love torturing that girl. And it's all Democrats.
That's not what the email said. It said, thank you for the torture video. Not, I love torturing that girl. Dude, Jones butchers these so much. Like, he butchered the Ball bank account one the other day. It said, Epstein had 100 emails saying, I worship Ball.
Which is what's...
Yeah, and Jesus deniers, too. Jesus blasphemers. Why can't we kill the Jesus blasphemers? That's what it sounds like. That'll be next.
Crazy about all this. And then we hear, well, it'll crash the stock market if it all comes out. It's too embarrassing. Europe's even worse. This stuff is everywhere. Keir Starmer, for decades, protected all the Islamic rape gangs. 250,000 girls kidnapped and raped. I mean, you're right. But the genie's never going back in the bottle, Ted Nugent. I mean, do you agree with me that no matter what happens...
Dollars, you heard the rumor that Fuentz was trying to get a Thiel sponsorship. And when Thiel rejected, only then Fuentz started going off on Thiel.
I heard some Zionists accusing him of that. I remember seeing Nick years ago on his show say, like, he wanted Peter Thiel to give him money. So I wouldn't doubt that. But also I saw Nick show that he was criticizing Thiel before any of that stuff happened. Before the alleged meeting.
In government, the people now get it, and nothing can stop what's coming.
Well, once again, I've been a hellraiser all my life. I'm a radical. I'm an extremist. I'm a Christian, constitutional, conservation, conservative. And I think, once again, Alex, because of guys like you that are raising hell, the Founding Fathers wanted every American to be just like Alex Jones and Ted Nugent. My wife, Shemaine, has become such an act.
Also, I don't even buy it. Like, Nick doesn't need to be funded by Peter Thiel. He makes tons of money just off super chats and his private chat groups. He's already like a 20-year-old multimillionaire probably. So I doubt he's desperate for Peter Thiel bucks.
Activists now, and what our HunterNation.org, what our membership represents is to expose the evil. But when we see the report that they've saved
he groomed a 17-year-old. That's basically Epstein.
1,000 children.
More, Dan Bilzerian. Publicly if you could prove that they raped the 12-year-old, yes, we would. A public execution would be fair if you could prove that.
We're missing. Okay, they saved.
What's with this like virtue signal? Like, I hate the pedophiles. Like, I want to fantasize and throw the pedophile in the wood chipper. And oh boy, if I saw somebody hurting a kid, I'd do to them. Boy, would I. Like, the standard of being a good person is
$5 on Rumble.
Really low if it's hating pedophiles.
2.0.
It is. Yeah, it's like, oh, you hate pedophiles? Like, do you want a fucking award? Do you want a badge? Oh, you're such a good person. You're so virtuous. You hate pedophiles? Wow. Talk about a low bar.
The 1,000 children that were missing, what did you do to the people that took them? I haven't seen the report yet of what is happening, because I know what should happen to the people that kidnapped those children and absconded with them.
Yeah, how much of a loser do you have to be to run around bragging about how much you hate pedophiles like that makes you a good person?
I haven't seen that report yet, and I'm pushing Kash Patel, I'm pushing Donald Trump, I'm pushing Kristi Noem, I'm pushing the DOJ, I'm pushing local law enforcement and federal law enforcement. What are we doing with these monsters that traffic these children?
Well, Homan has found 150,000, and they have juvenile rights for days about to be out, but that's what they've said. That's what Bukele, who had the most dangerous country in the world, now the safest or second safest, he said, listen, when you have a total criminal takeover, you got to take the gloves off. And I'm for due process. But the point we've gotten to, they've already started a war with us, is that we're definitely leading into the time of just all-out war.
Yeah, and I don't think the evil perpetrators realize how awake we are and how ready we are. But
we need public execution for the demons. The interdimensional, shape-shifting, reptilian, occult Babylonians need to be executed. We need to put Satan on trial. Baal needs to be locked away. Like the witches, witch hunt.
You have to have your head on a swivel because there is an organization, it's organized, that they will kidnap and they will traffic your children.
Well, the transgender movement openly takes kids away from their parents and castrates them.
I've got my 13th grandchild, Belle, and my son Rocco had a baby boy. His name is River Wolf Nugent, and I bought him a machine gun. And so my drive in life is to be a good grandfather, a good husband, a good father, a good bandmate, a good citizen, a good conservationist, a good Christian, a good constitutionalist, and I think that's growing more.
CGR77N sent $10 on Rumble. Thanks for your input, Adam. I am against Christianity in any form. Just my area, it is like less than 5% diverse in Catholic schools and 40+% in public/high-cost private schools.
Yeah.
Not to ignore as a parent.
I would say if as a parent, it might even be smart to send your kid to a private school like that. They'll be safer, they'll probably get a better education. Just tell them it's fake and Jewish and don't be brainwashed, and they'll probably end up doing better than private school.
Rapidly
if that's why you're
Alex,
asking.
You and I have seen since we first met many years ago.
I want to thank all of our subscribers.
I want to thank Ted Nugent for trying to inspire some lone wolf to go out there and do some attacks. Thank you, Ted. Your music's great, Ted. Boy, we're real America with Kid Rock and Ted Nugent. Patriots. Dave Mustaine. All right. 2 hours in, nowhere near the goal. Womp, womp, womp.
Help me, Jewish God!
So if we're going to start praying to Jesus if we don't hit the goal, guys. We're just going to turn this into a total gay Jewish worship fest like Fishback over here in Florida.
The life I will. Our politicians kiss the wall in Israel, but they won't kiss this. Let's see it.
We're not kissing the Jewish wall. Instead, we're going to kiss the Jewish Messiah. We're going to kiss Moshiach.
Maxed Out Bear sent $10 on Rumble. The petamaxing messaging sets a low bar for performative virtue signaling normies who wouldn't say anything about abortion or other obvious harms but get to LARP as holier than thou.
Yeah. You could be a total piece of shit, but if you run around talking about how much you hate pedos all day, maybe people will think you're a good person.
Slave for Christ. I'm a proud spiritual Jew, Alex.
Hey, should we go execute the demons? Catch me a demon, the Ghostbusters.
Great show.
Thank
you. The shekels goyim.
Yep. Kiss the magic yid. Yeah, you want to see, this is how we win, guys. Kissing the Jewish Messiah.
$5 black
icons.
That if it's going to take the people believing they eat kids and worship bowl for the system to get flushed out, so be it. Would you agree?
Hold on. I thought I would hear that argument. Hold on, I missed it.
Sober Jeff Hardy sent $5 on Rumble. $5 little hat challenge.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. We need to have the little hat challenge. Little small hat, check. Shekel challenge in effect. Okay, what did Devin say? It's not showing up. Where did that come from? I'll look for it. Hold on. Here's James Fishback. This is how we win. Kissing Kissing the king of the Jews.
Our politicians kiss the wall in Israel, but they won't kiss this. Let's see if they'll kiss it.
Dude, they kiss the wall in Israel because of this. Because they're Christians. MAGA beer. Dude, this is just as bad as kissing the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, the life. I will never kiss the wall, but I will kiss our Lord and Savior.
So gay. It's the same litmus test, too. You can't be a politician if you don't kiss Jesus. You have to kiss the ring of Joseph. So cringe, so gay.
Christ is King! Christ is King!
Mashiach, I will never kiss the wall, but I will bow down to the Mashiach.
Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ. Our politicians kiss the wall.
Yeah, dude.
But they won't.
That's the problem, is our politicians don't worship Jesus hard enough.
Adam, I'm all about your thesis. We may disagree on aliens, or whatever. At least you're not as flat earthy as some in the comments. Heil.
Flat earthy? You're not a flat earther, are you, Zornder Edom? This might be worse than going to the wall. I know, at least the wall exists. At least the wall is real. At least the wall is like ancient architecture. This is just kissing your Jewish comic book, your favorite Jewish comic book character. The only Jew that I work for is Jesus. And meanwhile,
hi everyone. Every morning,
let's hear Shmuley says Tucker, Candace, and Fuentes. Oh, he doesn't say Fuentes here. Hate Jesus. Let's hear this logic.
Jewish man puts on. Hi everyone. Every morning, a Jewish man puts on his tefillin. This is the head. This is the heart. It goes against the heart. Intellect and emotion. And the idea is, whatever you do.
$5. I thought for sure that you would play the prank phone call that came into info while Nugent was on.
I hadn't seen it.
Call and I have our empty Nugent appearance.
What did the prank call say? I didn't see that. Has anybody seen the prank call to Ted Nugent on InfoWars? What was it? Now I'm interested.
During the day, use your mind to examine right and wrong, and then send the message to the emotions if you should be drawn to something or repelled by it. Notice that the anti-Semites who are taking over America, the absolutely disgusting to Qatar Carlson, owned by Qatar, the rabid, vile Candace Owens, and what she's doing to Erica Kirk is one of the great modern American abominations. Or any of the others, Nick Fuentes, a disgusting pig. Notice that they don't put on tefillin, I don't think. They never think before they speak. They just allow their hatred, their rancid hatred to come through. What is the essence of a racist or a bigot? It's someone who never uses his mind, because the mind cannot...
Okay, screw Shmuley, not good. What else does James Fishback want to do now? He wants to take the drugs away from the high school kids?
There is absolutely no reason a 13-year-old in middle school should be smoking a blunt after they get off the bus. Let me make an announcement right here.
Middle school.
County. Let's break a little bit of news together. If you're a public school student and there is a stench of marijuana on you, you're taking a drug test.
Don't they already do that?
You will be taking
Watcher sent $15. Zionists seem to be letting controlled opposition low IQ anti-Semitism heat up like a bar of iron, so that they can attempt to bend it into the shape of their choice. Or maybe the flood will be too much regardless. Keep it up, Adam.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to look for that Devin question about Devin. What did he say? If it takes people thinking they're drinking baby blood to turn against Jews? No, it's not going to work. I would say to Devin, like, another peasant uprising, a low IQ peasant uprising is only going to backfire and reinforce their victimhood and discredit opposition. That's all that's going to happen.
We're not going to suspend you, but we're going to bring your parents in. we're going to have a conversation, because I can't live with the fact that young kids one day will start with marijuana and then a greedy drug dealer will push a Percocet laced with fentanyl on them the next day.
Isn't that already the rule? If you get busted at middle school for having weed in your backpack, they do drug test you. You do get in trouble. You do get suspended. What is he talking about? All right, let's see. We're 2 hours in. I really do want to hear a little bit of this, though. Let's do a couple of these. Tucker questions Jewish right to Israel. We'll start there, I guess.
Are there fake Jews in the land of Abraham?
Oh, no.
Tucker Carlson seems to think so. My curiosity is piqued. If the Jews in Israel today are fake, if they are not the Jews descended from the Jews of the Bible, then who are they? And where are the real Jews? Are the real Jews hiding someplace while imposters have taken their place? I don't mean this in a frivolous way. It's a serious question of whether Jews have a right to their ancestral homeland. It's part of a broader question. How do any people anywhere get the title deeds to a country? What gives them the right to live there, to say it's theirs? If the Jews don't have a right to Israel, do the Irish have a right to Ireland, the Indians to India? Do we Americans have a right to live in America? This is the fundamental and important issue being raised here. Now,
Maestro Man says episode 1 of Candace's Bride of Charlie starts in a few minutes. It would be interesting to do a live reaction. Oh, I don't know if I can handle. My cortisol will go up too much if I watch that right away.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, they get suspended and have to take a drug class, and then you have to take a drug test. That's what I thought would happen. Maybe I'm wrong.
Went to Israel,
Maybe Florida's
went to
different.
Airport in Tel Aviv, and he confronted U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, about this. The conversation covered several topics, but this was the central one. At least it was central for Tucker. Tucker even asked why every Israeli has not taken a genetic test to establish a connection to Abraham and the Jews of biblical times.
Abram's descendants are the ones who have the right to have this land, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abram's descendants are?
Live react, you guys do want to see
Crack the human
Candace?
genome, we can do that. Why don't we do that? Would you be against doing that?
I gotta pee, and then we'll do some Candace.
I mean, maybe it would.
I got nowhere to go.
It would prove who Abram's descendants are and who has a right to live here and who doesn't, according to the theology that you yourself just explained. And so I'm very confused as to why we don't do that. If you believe the theology that you've just explained to me,
would we do that all over the world?
Did a prodigal Aryan son? You say that's right. Do nothing. Don't expose him. Shut the fuck up. You guys always straw man with this. Just lay down and die. Did you hear me say just lay down and die, or did I say that we should have intellectual, legit criticisms, not a bunch of retards on TikTok saying they're worshiping Baal and eating baby jerky? You guys always do this every time, try to misrepresent what I'm saying. Yeah, just give up and let them win and don't say anything and do nothing and never criticize them. Yeah, that's totally what I'm saying, dude. Good one. Cope harder. I don't even know who you are, prodigal Aryan son. I've never seen you here before. You sound like a seething peasant. Yeah, grab your pitchfork and go join Alex Jones. Go Esau Max. Aryan IQ on full display.
this is the only country in the world that you've said has this covenant.
Yeah, dude, go have another crusade. Peasant maxing, that'll work.
Right to the land.
Evidently, for Tucker, genetic lineage is a necessary prerequisite to proving your entitlement to a country you can call your own. Tucker seems obsessed with disproving the connection between the old Jews and the new. His goal is to delegitimize the Jews' claim to Israel.
Have you ever made any content about Steve and his connections to Jewish power?
Thank you for the big dono there, Tom McFest. Steve? Who's Steve? Steve's connection to Jewish power. You're going to be a little more specific, dude. Steve? Steve will do it? The Nelk bro? Is that what you're talking about?
Atomic
content about Steve.
Have you ever made any content about Steve and his connections to
Steve
Jewish power?
Jones? I don't know what you're talking about. Who knows who Steve will do it? Okay, yeah. No, I haven't. I know he's Jewish. That's about it.
But there's a bit of a contradiction.
I'll be right back.
And it's exposed
Steve-O?
by, of all people, Nick Fuentes.
If the so-called Jews of today are not really Jews of the gospel in the Old Testament, then what does that mean? What does that imply? It means that they
Steve Bannon? Steve Bannon. Oh, yeah, of course. I've talked about him and Jews.
They are not responsible for the death of God. That's what it does for them.
Nick is upset that Tucker is undercutting another central theme of the Jew haters.
See, dude, this is where Nick gets it wrong. He's like, no, we shouldn't blame Khazars. We got to blame them for killing God. No, dude. So close yet so far. And that's why you're now being made an example of. Your low IQ, peasant anti-Semitism, Jews killed God. Here we go. Now you're getting dunked on by Dinesh again. Making an example out of you.
Namely, the Jews killed Christ. This is a problem for Tucker since he too is into this Christ killer accusation. Remember this?
And Charlie would have loved this, not just because he loved large groups of people, but because ultimately he was a Christian evangelist.
Yeah, you don't get to call Nick can't, I mean, he's right about a lot of the low IQ anti-Semitism, but you don't get to run around claiming that Jews were chosen by God, but then they killed God and talk to me about low IQ anti-Semitism. That is the epitome of it.
And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power, and he starts doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people, and they hate it, and they just go bonkers. They hate it, and they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us? We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
I must say, life gets complicated when your anti-Semitic nostrums start crashing into one another. Back to Tucker's genetic argument. Oddly enough, my original fallout with Tucker a few months ago was over exactly this point. Tucker sent me a text. He said that the genetic studies show that European or Ashkenazi Jews have a lower genetic continuity with ancient populations in the region than Palestinians do. His point seemed to be that the Palestinians are truly indigenous and the Jews are to a considerable degree fakers or imposters. Now, here's how I replied to Tucker, and I quote, "In biblical times, the Philistines occupied the territory that is now Gaza." Well, it was Gaza then too, but other cities were included like Ashdod and Gath. But the Philistines, I said, were European settlers originally from the Aegean, not Arabs. Centuries later, in some cases as late as the 20th century, Arabs moved into that region. Many of them came from Jordan, from Syria, and the Arabian desert. So they are not, all caps, the original inhabitants of Gaza. And Tucker replied, and I quote, "Sure, I believe that," but then in classic Tucker fashion, he quickly withdraws his agreement, quote, "But in order to determine who's actually inherited the land, we'd have to conduct global genetic testing to award property on the basis of the results." And then Tucker concludes, "Sounds like a Nazi project to me as a Christian. I reject that." I reply to Tucker, "Ha ha ha, I don't think that's necessary any more than it's necessary to genetically test Asian Indians to make sure their ancestors are from India. Remember, Jews maintain their tribal identity. Very little in a marriage. They didn't try.
They're known for that.
As Christians did. Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice conveys the picture very vividly. The Jews don't mix, so their continuity as a group is generally more secure than virtually.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Secular socialists are Jews Abraham's descendants.
Rights. The Israelis know this.
Hold on. Here's the prank call. We'll do the prank call. Thank you, Johan. Let's go.
just got to shut it down.
No, I totally agree. And now what we see happening here illustrates that. Let's take a call from Albert in Mexico, a tourist trapped in Mexico. Albert, what are you seeing in Mexico? Where are you?
Alex, how's it going, man? I'm in Tijuana. I'm out here for my boy's wedding. Get this. I checked in my hotel wearing an InfoWars shirt. The lady, she gives me the key. I get to my hotel room, and there's a note that says Alex Jones fired Owen because he wouldn't gargle Trump's sack daily and worship Israel.
Very.
What?
Love it, brother.
What? Highway Hermit.
$200 on Rumble. Trying to make up for not knowing about you till recently. Love seeing e-Crusaders rage at your content.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That is so cool to hear. I'm mad you didn't know about me till more recently too, Highway Hermit. Love seeing the triggered Christians rage at me. Yeah. It's just hilarious seeing them cope and lie and call me Jewish for the millionth time, right? W's in the chat for Highway Hermit Official. Welcome. Welcome to the real world. Let's hear Jones's response. Yeah.
Let's thanks for entertainment. Frost.
Oh, that was it?
In Mexico on the cartels. You're on the air with Ted.
Hold on, I missed what he said.
Where are you?
Alex, how's it going, man? I'm in Tijuana. I'm out here for my boy's wedding. Get this. I checked in my hotel wearing an InfoWars shirt. The lady, she gives me the key. I get to my hotel room, and there's a note that says Alex Jones fired Owen because he wouldn't gargle Trump's sack daily and worship Israel. Very
funny prank call. I love it, brother. Let's thanks for entertainment.
That's not a prank. Is that it?
Mexico on the cartels. You're on the air with Ted News. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Frosco. How you doing?
Good, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go back to Dinesh.
Which is why they never, or at least hardly ever, make their claims on the basis of the Bible. But even so, let's continue our investigation. If God gave the land to Abraham and his descendants, how do we know that today's Jews are the direct descendants of Abraham? Well, in fact, we do not know. And we do not know because we cannot know. Think about it. In order to figure out if today's Jews have the same DNA lineage,
you need Abraham's DNA.
You need Abraham's DNA.
Duh.
Do we have Abraham's DNA? We do not.
Did he even exist?
Abraham's
no.
DNA. So consequently, how is Tucker's criteria even viable in principle? It isn't. Now, I've surveyed the academic literature on Jewish ancestry, which is admittedly quite complicated. And here's what we do know. Jews all over the world are descended from Jews who were expelled from ancient Israel and from people who converted to Judaism during the...
question. Would you associate with brown gays that hit on teenage boys?
Serious question?
Assume that people who did were compromised? Well, Terry's my thoughts on Nick. He's compromised.
I've never associated with Nick, though. So... And yeah, I called him out for all the Ollie stuff a million times. That's funny. I didn't know you were talking about Nick at the beginning of that. I'm like, serious question. I'm like, what? That's a weird question. When somebody really hit on teenage boys or seeing people who do compromise, does it mean he's compromised? Maybe. I've long speculated that Nick could have some blackmail on Nick. I've long wondered that, but it could just be Nick didn't care because it could get him to Kanye. Nick didn't care because he had some connections. He knew some important people. It could be as simple as that. He looked the other way and didn't care because he saw it as an opportunity that he could take advantage of. Could also be that. Which that's not my style, but clearly is Nick's.
Hellenic period. This is the
Adam Green Graper. Yeah. Yeah, I've never what do you mean associate with him? Like I've been calling him out and criticizing him for years. He's had me blocked for years. All his groypers attack me, or I shouldn't say all the groypers, but tons of groypers are always attacking me and lying about me. So
agree that such things can be measured. There is a high genetic correlation down to some very specific chromosomal characteristics between Jews now and Jews then. Remarkably, during the Hellenistic and the early Roman period, Jews were active proselytizers, very different.
And that's why Nick has motion.
Ancient Jews were more like modern Christians and Muslims. They promoted their religion. They tried to make converts.
Oh, we got a former Groyper. Flentian Groyper converted you. That's good.
10% of the Roman Empire, which would be...
Yeah, it's Machiavellian of him. Exactly.
Now, of course, the Jews scattered after 70 AD.
Oh, a few former Groypers here.
And destroyed the temple. Some Jews migrated to Europe, others to North Africa, others to Asia. This is the great Jewish diaspora. Yet, each diaspora group maintained its Jewish identity and culture. The focus was now on preservation and self-protection, not expansion. Jews made some subsequent conversions, but not very many. They intermarried, but not a lot. Mostly they maintained their insularity. They protected their tribal uniqueness. Shakespeare captured this when he has Shylock say he won't eat with Christians. Now, why not? Because Jews don't mix. Because if Jews mix, who knows what might come next? God forbid, a Jewish girl might even meet a Christian boy. And of course, this is Shakespearean irony. Shylock's daughter, her name is Jessica, meets a Christian. She runs away with him. And for Shylock, this is traumatic. And this trauma is directly connected to his eventual breakdown into barbarism and his ultimate destruction. Of course, European or Ashkenazi Jews are genetically somewhat different from Asian or Sephardic Jews. Ashkenazi Jews sometimes have blue eyes and blonde hair because they occasionally married white Europeans or made converts among white Europeans. Sephardic Jews are darker in color, they have darker hair and darker eyes, but Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews are more closely related to each other.
Oh my God, okay, I can't handle the Indian explaining. The Tsar-splaining. Okay, here we go. Roger Stone interview. Bannon Epstein exposed? I thought Bannon and Roger Stone were boys.
Roger Stone hardly needs any introduction. He is a legendary political strategist.
And then we'll do the Prophecy Israel tour. That's what I want to hear.
And I was yesterday on Roger's
I want to hear Roger Stone talk about that.
Talking about the Epstein files and Steve Bannon. And I'm delighted to welcome Roger to my show. Roger, for many conservatives, they were very surprised to see not just that Bannon is in these files, but he's like all
Roger
over
hates
them.
Bannon.
There's
They have
a
big
kind of
beef. Okay.
Massive traffic, a buddy swapping of ideas. And
but Alex and Bannon are boys now.
Mutual self-promotion going on in these files. And now Bannon, after kind of laying low for a little bit and maybe hoping for this storm to blow away, has come out and said, guess what, guys?
Jeet-splaining, that's the term.
Doing research.
Thank you.
For a film on Epstein. Now, can we begin by having you comment on the plausibility of this research explanation?
Yeah, it's, of course, ludicrous. Look, just right up front, I think everybody understands what my essential beef with Steve Bannon is. He and I both testified before the House Intelligence Committee under oath.
Well, this was initially supposed to be
in
just
his
3 episodes.
testimony,
Now I'm
he
thinking
was
about a season 2
specifically
and a season 3. Because if you haven't quite figured me out yet or thought through how we got here, I don't like it when innocent people are targeted and attacked and on rare occasions shot in the neck in broad daylight. No one blinked when entire investigative
Handsome
series
Truth sent
and books
$5.
written about
I know
Hillary
you don't
Clinton.
associate with him, Adam. What I'm saying is that Nick is subversive just like Alex. I think you believe he's organic when he is truly astroturfed by bad people with big bucks.
You mean he's out when every big influencer opened up their platform and had them on all in the generational run? You think that was astroturfed? No, they would never boost up the kosher Mexican white supremacist Catholic. No, they would never prop up the Christian controlled opposition. What are you talking about? Dude, that's what I've always criticized and said about Nick.
Michelle Obama.
Never that. Alex Jones. Yeah, that's another good point. Who boosted him more than anybody? Alex Jones, red flag.
Because they're public figures. I've effectively endured 10 years in politics with nonstop exposés and investigations into my background, but we're told Erica is somehow untouchable.
Where did that go? I can't
Let me tell you
see
something.
The post.
The truth does not require a multi-million-dollar PR campaign. It also does not fear inspection. So welcome to Bride of Charlie.
This is it. This is the trailer.
Where should we begin in this story? I think maybe with just a blanket statement. Something is not right with Erica Kirk. And despite a most aggressive influence campaign, which at one point even included a signed letter from the Secretary of Treasury assuring us that Turning Point is above board, amazing organization, and despite, in addition to that, a flurry of homosexual men making over dramatic videos about sheer evil, no, not mass murdering children, sheer evil, investigating someone at the helm of a billion-dollar company. Despite all of that, the public remains unconvinced that she is simply a grieving widow, because she isn't simply a grieving widow. She's also the CEO and chairman of an organization. In fact, during our preparation for this series, an investigative journalist named Elizabeth Lane went viral on X because what she authored about Erica was brilliant. It just was objectively brilliant. It gave voice to what millions of people worldwide were feeling.
If the documentary is just her talking, I can't handle anymore, Jack Stone. I can't handle any more of her rhetorics. What did she say? Hold on, I'll look it up.
I didn't exactly know how to express, and I'm going to read you her words in their entirety because I think it's very important, okay? Elizabeth Lane
my
wrote,
God.
I'm going to be blunt. I have reached the point where I
Rhetoric.
find Erica Kirk to be deeply disturbing, not because of rumors.
I'd rather just watch this page that says Candace Owens trying to read.
This rhetoric drummed up.
Rhetoric.
Okay, I really don't remember it. And then suddenly, towards the end of Obama, we started hearing all of this rhetoric drummed up. It became white versus black all over again.
And they didn't like that rhetoric. They didn't like the idea of a liberal or a progressive.
Dude, how does she get She knows these words. She knows the proper meaning, but she pronounces them so off time and time again. Rhetoric. Architecture.
Killed me, and a guy wrote a whole article about it saying that this rhetoric is racist.
In the highest point of ridiculousness, they accused me and my rhetoric of inspiring a mosque shooting in New Zealand.
People are getting tired of this rhetoric. We're being tired that we are being told by you guys to hate people based on the color of their skin or to be fearful. We want results. We want policies. We are tired of rhetoric. And the numbers show that.
Okay, I really don't remember it. And then suddenly, towards the end of Obama, we started hearing all of this rhetoric drummed up. It became white versus black.
Dude, the best. Candace Owens trying to read. Hyperbolic.
This hyperbolic idea, obviously.
Hyperbolic.
They are extremely hyperbolic. Okay, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic. So hyperbolic, and I'm not saying that.
Dude, I love every time they find a new one of these, it just makes me laugh so hard. Oh, Red Ice is here. What up, Henrik? He says, right-wing Jasmine Crockett. Shit.
Well, Alex Clark told us that wasn't true. He just liked the architecture, right?
The architecture.
He just loved it. He would go in there and just, wow.
Hyperbolic.
This is amazing. Well, Alex Clark told us that wasn't true. He just liked the architecture, right?
The architecture.
He just, this is amazing.
Architecture.
It was about the architecture. I want you to understand.
Architecture. The texture of the arcs.
But really, it was about the architecture. I want you to understand. Sitting there across from Alex Clark, like, Catholic, no, he just liked the architecture. And I no longer accept him and Erica, and he liked the smell.
She has a whole team of people, and none of them can be like, hey, Candace, just so you know, it's architecture. Texture. It's not architecture. Architecture. Dude, everybody keeps saying this. Hearing her mispronounce the words over and over again, it's like it rewires your brain that you don't know how the word's supposed to go. Architecture. Anecdote. Okay, anecdote. Ready? This is the funniest one.
And so I'll give you an analogy, or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote, a reality.
An anecdote. Dude, nobody's ever called it anecdote. She's reading off a teleprompter, too. She probably has people write her scripts, and then she reads it and doesn't know what she's even saying. She just asks in question. Arctic textures. Yeah. Anecdote. Anecdote.
And so I'll give you an analogy, or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote, a reality of how that can serve people. And so I'll give you an analogy.
Dude, imagine all the guys, Ian Carroll, everybody that thinks she's so smart. She's the best detective. Dude, can't pronounce words. Grandiose? I haven't seen this one yet.
Says to get Black Scorpio writes, I am so very disappointed in Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi, who all made these grandiose promises to get the
Grandiose.
Until they got confirmed into the administration and now
Grandiose. Oh, she's reading it. She doesn't know what it is too.
Who all made these grandiose promises to get the Epstein files until they got
Grandiose. Okay. Bureau.
From
Federal Bureau of Investigation. Let's hear Bureau. Dude, she gets so many words wrong. This is top podcaster in the world. The leading the charge, the tip of the spear against the Jews. I mean the Khazarians.
We also learned that last night a bomb squad and agents from the Bureau of Alcohol and Firearms, the ATF, obviously. What is the Bureau doing? Has anybody traced this down? Were you brought into an FBI bureau? Who's a Bureau of Prisons chief? Because there is a bureau that has been corrupt, rebuilding this bureau. Chief of the Utah
Bureau. At home in the fetal.
Gathering herself when she was like, I assumed everyone was just doing things and she was gathering herself when she was like at home in the fetal condition. Nope, she was in the office every day.
Fetal condition? What does she mean by that? Satiating.
Uncontrollably binging. And because
dude, why even bother watching her stupid documentary if she can't even pronounce like tons of words? Why would we even listen to her?
These chips are made with real food. They are more satiating.
Fetal position? What did she say? Yeah, that's like curled up in a ball, right? Fetal position. I didn't hear what she said though. What is this one? Satiating.
And because these chips are made with real food, they are more satiating, so you won't find yourself
that was close enough.
Uncontrollably binging. They are more satiating, so that you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. The beef tallow makes the chips much more satiating, so you won't find
satiating. There's no T in there, girl. Satiating. Sinai Peninsula?
We were alone. 12.
She said fetal condition, not fetal position. That could just be a mix-up, though, and they only had it once. So we don't know.
1.5 miles off the coast.
I mean, I misspeak too.
Always in international waters. The IDF even dropped.
And I'm not perfect. You'll probably find me mispronouncing a word sometimes also. Either misspeaking or just like some word that it's not in my vocabulary. I read it. But with her, it's like tons of words.
Dropped napalm on the bridge of our ship. How low they would go, we would soon find out. Napalm was burning us up, and a 40 by 40 foot torpedo hole AGTR-5 was clearly painted on the bow, port, and starboard sides.
Under Edom sent $5. Now you can understand the diabolical genius of the Jews who hired her.
Dude, she thinks she's so smart. She like doesn't even know how to play chess, but she's sort of like a chess master. Khazarian napalm.
So now it's June 7th. Is that correct when you arrive into the Sinai Peninsula?
Right. We get, well...
Sinai?
We were alone.
Sinai Peninsula. Oh, dude. I've been missing some of these. I follow this account, but Green Beret.
And the former... You, in this moment, have retired Green Beret and the former lieutenant colonel. I actually think he's still a lieutenant colonel of the Army.
She never corrects herself. That's what I'm saying. She has a whole team of people. She's got millions of listeners, and she never, like, you think she'd make the mistake once and then correct herself? She does it over and over and over again, repeatedly.
The military means the color is famously associated with military forces such as the Maroon Beret of airborne troops around the world.
She's in a position she has no business being in.
Beyond a couple of his major hits,
Mount Sinai,
Raspberry Beret, and When Doves Cry.
Fetal condition.
In this moment have retired Green Beret and the former lieutenant colonel. I actually think he's still a lieutenant colonel of the Army. The maroon color in the military means the color is famously associated with military forces such as the Maroon Beret of airborne troops.
Beret. Okay, what is this?
That Brigitte Macron probably stands peeing up. And I just feel, I want you to know that. I want you to know that Brigitte Macron probably stands peeing up.
Stands peeing up? That's just a reminiscent. I haven't heard this one. Reminiscent. Let's go.
There is something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me. Obviously, that's
Omniscient.
Reminiscent.
She's omniscient. Oh, dude, I hope they sue her into homelessness for real. She's leading hordes of mobs of total retards to abuse poor Charlie's widow, the mother of his children, and accuse her of the most heinous things by this illiterate clown.
There is something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me.
Reminiscent.
Obviously, that's pretty reminiscent of one of the themes of the Matrix. I think that they can be a better Christian is so reminiscent to me of a discussion I had. Yeah, it's eerily reminiscent of Event 201. So visually reminiscent of and a man, and this is reminiscent to me of when I looked through the Romanian case regarding Andrew Tate. Everything.
Dude, she uses these words. She's just been mispronouncing these words her whole life. That never corrects them. Not beating the stereotypes.
That they have done to Donald Trump actually is reminiscent of a government that has taken too much power for itself. Is reminiscent of a
DJ
government
name.
in which they are going after
Reminiscent.
their enemies. This is reminiscent of Albert Einstein's famed quote. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Oh my God, like spelling reminiscent wrong your whole life? This is so funny. Reminiscent.
There is something so...
Yeah. All right, hold on. As the expression goes.
I don't watch movies anymore. I just kind of read books. I'm just fascinated with learning real history because I think that truth is kind of, what actually has happened, the events of our world is obviously, as the expression goes, way stranger in fiction.
Stranger in fiction. Stranger than fiction. Way stranger in fiction. Oh my gosh. Of course. Of course. Posthumous. I can already know what she's going to say. She's going to say posthumous.
Posthumously, President Trump honored Charlie Kirk with his very own holiday as a posthumous birthday present. They've decided posthumously a posthumous award.
It's like post-human. You're not a human anymore. You're dead. Posthumously. Humanously.
To posthumously.
Oh, all these idiots too. So the other day she puts out her trailer for this documentary we're about to watch a little bit of here in a second. And then everybody's like, oh my God, she's doing a whole documentary about her. Leave Erica alone. Oh my God, you're so evil. You're such a demon. And then they're like, oh, the call went out. Everybody's being paid to call her a demon. No, just everybody saw your video, your trailer attacking her, targeting his widow still. Hasn't even been a trial yet for the shooter, and you're already accusing her of killing her husband. They all call you a demon in reaction, and you're like, oh, the talking point went out. No, just everybody simultaneously thinks you're a demon. I think she's disgusting. I think she's retarded. I think it's stupid.
Convert him to Groyperism will be posthumously honored after his death.
Posthumously, Candace. Okay, tough start.
Get comfortable, you guys, because it is going to be a long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Hold on, revelations?
Revelations to share with you.
Revelations, not revelations, revelations. That sounds more like, unless there's proof that she's been doing that a lot, that could have just been a mispronunciation, an accident. All right, I saw this one. Debacle.
Here. So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us to just work through the philosophical question. I remember that whole debacle. This debacle with
so good.
Hearings. The Hamptons debacle came up. The Brett Kavanaugh hearings and debacle involved in this entire debacle. Okay.
Oh my God. You see, I'm a nice guy. Like, if you got a booger hanging out her nose, I'll tell you. I'll be like, hey, you got a booger. You got something in your teeth. You know, I help somebody out. If I hear somebody mispronounce a word, I'll correct them because it's like the nice thing to do. You don't want somebody running around, making a fool of themselves, mispronouncing words. I guess nobody does that for her. It's quite the debacle.
Vote on the FISA debacle, Kanye West debacle, Christ is King debacle to Christ is King debacle. That's the Jeffrey Epstein debacle. And Jeffrey Epstein, this whole debacle could never had any sort of a debacle ever in my life.
We got some queen wearing $1,000 clothes. It's quite the debacle. Henrik says you can't take the ebonics out of a black woman no matter how many times you marry her off to an English aristocrat. Oh, I know, dude. But poor George Farmer, his family, poor England.
I think that these people are not humans, that they're sentinels that maybe look like humans.
What a debacle. Anybody else feel the same way?
Excuse me, Candace. It's not debacle. It's pronounced debacle.
So it's a philosophy class called Senior Sem.
She, like, how can you hear other... Does she not realize that she pronounces it way different than everybody else?
I think it's safe to say both Erica and Candace are absolutely disgusting, both of them.
I mean, Erica is a cringe Christard and awkward, but I don't think she's anywhere near as awful as Candace, to be honest. We already did the vote on who would they rather yesterday, and everybody wanted Erica. Why are you hating on Erica, bro? She's the Viking queen. She's just Christ cucked. I'd like to see how you would act if you took over a big organization when your husband was killed. Cut her a little slack, Jesus. Yeah, George Farmer got himself into quite the debacle.
Not coming.
Delegitimize.
Was not coming out of racist ideas, right? It wasn't because people were just trying to delegitimize him. It was because...
Delegitimize.
Crazy rantings every day. Candace is up on this show like Miss Cleo from the 90s and just like predicting what she thinks happened.
You're Miss Cleo from the 90s.
It's such a ridiculous way to try to delegitimize the research.
Delegitimize.
Spent $5 on Rumble. This reminds me of the Key and Peele episode when they were mispronouncing names.
Oh, really? I want to see that one. Dude, she's like, you're just trying to delegitimize me with that I can't speak good. You just saying I can't speak good because you trying to delegitimize me. I can't even say it. Delegitimize me.
That we have done. Now, I don't know how you're able to comment. She pulled the good old Barack Obama, dropped a book, an autobiography that was meant to legitimize her to the black public. And everyone that should be using their platforms to try to get to the bottom of what happened to him and ask.
Key and Peele, they mispronounced the names of the substitute teacher. I think I've seen that
similar
one
questions is
we'll
instead calling out Candace Owens and waiting for her to make a mistake so they can try to delegitimize every effort that she is making to get to the bottom of this thing. It just reeks. Was not coming out of racist ideas, right? It wasn't because people were just trying to delegitimize him. It was because
okay, can't handle that one anymore. Compartmentalize. Very similar to the delegitimize. I wonder if she pronounces it the same way.
Okay. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay? If you can't compartmentalize, then I don't see how you're going to be able to. We don't like them. We don't agree with the industries they went into. All of that can be true, but you have to be able to compartmentalize that when you are looking at a case.
Compartmentalize.
Before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni, that we have to compartmentalize. Blake Lively is
the substitute teacher mispronounced all the white kid names to sound black. Somebody find me the link. I was searching for it. I couldn't find it. There's a lot of substitute teacher clips, but I want to play that.
Not a good person. Or Donald Trump from the #MeToo movement. It is very important to compartmentalize how you feel about somebody personally.
Compartmentalize. How many times can she do it, dude? They're never going to run out of these. Architecture.
He just liked the architecture. And I no longer accept him and Erica. And we
did that one already. Macabre. What is this?
To always be Miss Macabre. Like, we have to have the bloody mic. And it's like, we don't actually have to have any of that. Obviously, that's wrong. There's 1,000 ways that you can honor Charlie. Stop telling us that it has to always be Miss Macabre. Like, we have to have the.
What is I don't even know what that is. Macabre. Is that somebody's name?
Don't upload your videos to YouTube. Upload to Restream, where we will live stream it to YouTube and all your platforms at once.
Gruesome, ghastly.
5 times more engagement and views. Oh, the algorithm.
See, I'll be honest. I never heard that one before. Macabre. Has everybody heard that word before? She's like trying to use all these. She like opens up the dictionary and finds some like, rare word. And then she wants to show off how smart she is, but then she pronounces it wrong. Macabre. Macabre.
Zornder,
What did she say?
$5. I think we're up to about 2 of the English language.
I know. How much more can she get wrong?
Telling us that it has to always be Miss Macabre, like we have.
Macabre.
Macabre. Wednesday shekels.
Thank you for the shekels, Loki. Blitzkrieg.
Everybody uses the term blitzkrieg. And the NFL football team say blitzkrieg.
Everybody uses the term. The common saying, truth is stranger in fiction.
I laughed out loud. Everybody uses the term blitzkrieg. And the NFL football team say blitzkrieg. Yes, it relates.
Macabre.
Germany, it's a bombardment strategy, so that's why we use it when you're going to bombard.
Gruesome, ghastly, horrifying.
Blitzkrieg week because we're just
Blitzkrieg.
German words. You can't even say blitz means lightning. Krieg.
What does Henrik say? This is intentional. That's why no one corrects her on her staff. It's put a curse on you, and you'll be as retarded as Candace. I hope not. I don't think it's probably the worst imaginable.
What's up?
Bunch of crosses.
And it led me to.
Yeah, dude. Straight facts. Candace is the best. Imagine how
detail.
Yeah, her chat was moving slow.
But I mean, A, I think searching for money, and B, seeking to coach Epstein through the making of, and coaches him on how he can recover his public rehabilitation.
Her diamond dozen.
Well,
yeah, that's funny. Her mistakes are diamond dozen.
So you and I both have had some dealings with Bannon. I think this is.
I hope she's bought it.
Because if we hadn't and we just saw the files, we'd be like, all right, well, that stuff is all out there. Maybe there's some explanation. But it's always helpful when you've had some direct contact with somebody, because then you can sort of measure the public information against your own experience. In my own case, going back to really 2011, when I was first making Obama's America, my very first documentary film, and I was, of course, completely in the dark about how to go about doing this, somebody said, well, you need to see this guy, Steve Bannon. He's got a film company. And so I sat down with Bannon, and basically Bannon offered to me the following proposition. He said, look, why don't you go out there and raise the money for this film and go ahead and make the film
and be the narrator to make a mix featuring Jew Boone Candace illiterate babbling in juxtaposition with the Christ kookery she espouses.
Yeah. Christ brain pronunciations. Okay, we're at 41 minutes here. Are we talking about Dragon's Prophecy? No, I want to hear him talk about that.
Narrator of the film and sort of get it ready and then just sign over the rights to me, meaning to Steve Bannon. This was one of the strangest business propositions I've ever heard. I was befuddled at the time. Thankfully, I didn't accept the deal. But of course, years later, knowing what I know, and of course, knowing the massive success of that film, it took in almost $40 million between the theater and digital and DVD and all that. I mean, this was a straight out effort to rip it off. I mean, to rip me off. And so I realized over the years that this is a very slippery character, and that if Steve Bannon comes over to dinner, you better count your spoons.
There's no doubt about it. Look, this is the same Steve Bannon who pled guilty to defrauding $15 million.
Okay, yeah, the border wall scam. Let's just do Dragon Prophecy Israel tour. That's really what I want to hear. That's his kosher documentary that he did with Jonathan Kahn.
Step into the world of the Dragon's Prophecy on a tour of the ancient land of Israel. I'm Dinesh D'Souza, and I'm inviting you to join me and Jonathan Kahn for the Dragon's Prophecy tour. We'll walk the ancient streets of Jerusalem and visit iconic landmarks like the Western Wall, the Sea of Galilee, and the Mount of Olives, exploring the real-world settings behind the mysteries and what they reveal about the days we're
Is he going to say where Jesus walked?
Living in. Book now at inspirationtravel.com/dragon or call 844.
Okay, it's just a commercial. Are you kidding me?
2425.
Dinesh's content sucks.
Hillary Clinton was.
All right, not happening. All right, we'll close it out there. It's huge support tonight. Appreciate you guys so much, everybody that donated, especially that big 200 from the new follower. It's still up here. What is it? Highway Hermit Official. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I got a bunch of stuff to cover. A bunch of
Yeah, baby.
tomorrow.
Come again.
Tomorrow, I'm doing a show. Oh, I have to confirm with him, but I might be going on Gnostic Informant to do a show about the book tomorrow also. So I gotta communicate with him and find out if that's still happening. And then, but I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. ish Eastern. And I got a bunch of See Through It All clips and things that have been haven't gotten to in the last few shows. But it'll be a good show, important show. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know what to do. Clip the show, share the links, give it a thumbs up. Buy the book if you haven't already. I'm bagging and shipping them out if you already bought one. I apologize for the delay. I'm getting them bagged up as fast as I can. Should be expecting it very soon. Links below for the book. Appreciate everybody for the good reviews on Amazon. That means a lot. It's very important. And I appreciate you all. See you all tomorrow. Have a nice night and take care.